If you're listening to the replay of this live, be sure to punch that like and subscribe button and make sure to help support the channel by hitting the Cash App at 2 cents boxing or hitting that heart with the dollar sign in it and leaving a thanks and leaving a super thanks. Let me know y'all appreciate the content. Hi, welcome to the channel. I'm Jake, and this is our 2 cents, where we talk everything boxing, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. In today's live, we will be talking about whatever we feel like. Know y'all see the title, but I just threw that up there. You know, that's how you got to get the eyes on the live. But Tank versus Roach off. Shakur scared about the Zepeda fight, and is Devin trying to duck? No. But before we do that, make sure you punch that like and subscribe button, and make sure you let me know and drop it below your 2 cents as we go throughout the live today. Hello, hello. Can y'all hear me? Have y'all been hearing me or have I been muted? Because I don't know how I got muted. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Did y'all hear my intro or not? Johnny Durag in the building. Ramon Seafood, what up, what up, what up? Lee Jackson, what's going on? Cam J Network, the homie, what's up? All right, I'm doing this pop-up live. Normally, I'm doing other stuff at this time, but man, I promise if I had more time to do this content thing, it'll be going down. It'll be going down, but I got kids and work and husband and 1,000 other things to do. So, but I think I missed all week last week going live, and that's just not right. But I was really busy. It was my mom's birthday. We had a party for her Friday. We spent all day with her Sunday. And just to be transparent real quick for a second with you guys, spend time with your parents. About 2 years ago, my mother-in-law was living with us and she was like perfectly fine. So we thought. And then she went to the doctor one day. She got all these tests. And then we found out she had some rare cancer and it had already spread before they caught it. And she literally went from 100 to 0 in 8 months. Like she was fine one day. She went to the doctor and then 8 months later, it was done. So that really, really opened my eyes to a lot. Cause I have people in my family die and stuff, but it's not people like I. See, my mic keep muting. I don't know why. Hello, hello. But anyway, so I say all that to say that my mom's 65 and she's healthy, but every day, every birthday, we getting together once a month to do something as a family. Like we're doing all of that from now on. So I said all that to say that's why I missed Friday and Sunday of last week. But what's up with y'all? What's been on y'all mind? And what's going on in these boxing YouTube streets? Bubs Boxing say hold on, it's my B day today. I'm here for a minute, then I'm out in the mix. Shout out Bubs Boxing, happy birthday. Y'all throw some birthday cakes in the chat for Bubs. Yeah, boy said he thought it was 8:39 p.m. Nah, I know y'all ain't used to seeing me during the day. I had to pop up on y'all. I did a pop up yesterday. It went well. It went pretty good. The only thing is when I come on here to do these pop ups, I haven't really just prepared nothing, so I'm freestyling it for real, for real. Desmond Johnson in the building. What up, Big Bob Gunn? Gil Coles. Dank Father in the building. What up, Dank? So y'all know what's weird to me is that this is Shakur Stevenson's fight week. But for some reason, people is insistent on talking about Javante Tank Davis. And listen, it's cool if y'all want to talk about Tank, but it's not really much to talk about. Like, he's not giving y'all nothing. And some people seem to feel like that's a negative thing and they're upset about that, but he's never really said a lot. Tank's never really said a lot. So I don't know why people feel like, oh, he's not saying nothing, he's not telling his fans nothing, da 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 da. So, I don't get it. And it's like y'all are just waiting for the fight to be announced. It's not like PBC came out and said, we having a fight on the 13th at Allegiant Stadium. That's where the fight gonna be at. And then they start selling fake tickets and it's a football game there and you don't know if the fight really gonna be there and you trying to go, but you gotta wait for everything. It's not even that situation. They haven't even announced the fight. You heard a rumor that the fight was gonna be August 19th. Obviously, it's not, or it may be. We still don't know. They haven't announced it. So you just gotta wait for the announcement. Like, I don't understand the crying over an announcement. When they gonna announce the fight? When they gonna announce the fight? Like, y'all want anything to complain about. And I've already pointed this out in the video. Maybe I need to clip it. I've already pointed it out in the video of the pattern of how everything go before a Tank fight. Now, I can say they're eerily quiet because besides Tank, quote unquote, not signing the fight, the rematch, and Tank fighting Jake Paul, what else do they have? I don't think they have anything else. Somebody put an old video up of Eddie Hearn saying Jake Paul is next, and here we go. He not fighting Roach. He's Paul. But yeah, you see Roach doing interview, like all of the, let's call it context clues, right? If you look at the context clues and you had to make an educated guess, would your educated guess be that the rematch is happening or that Tank is scared and didn't want to sign the contract? If you had to make an educated guess, educated now, not emotional, educated, Tank in camp, Roach in camp. Roach doing interviews, talking to everybody, reacting to the reactions that he did about the Tank fight. Would you say Tank is scared and not signing it, or would you say that the rematch is about to happen? Here we go, here we go, here we go. Phase number 3, Tank want more money. It's every fight, Coach Eddie. Seriously, Coach Eddie, you're a very intelligent man. They do this every fight, Coach Eddie. They say this every fight. I did a whole video pointing out the steps. This is step 3. Tank want more money. Then after this, PBC broke. I'm telling you, it's the same thing every fight. And if Tank want more money, if PBC is broke, it all could be true. But guess what? The fights happen every time. So at this point, I'm just going to have to lean towards they're going to work it out and figure it out and make the fight. You feel what I'm saying, Coach Eddie? Like, wouldn't you say that you've never seen a fight, they couldn't find a venue, PBC out of money, this fighter want more money, this fighter scared and didn't sign, we go through all this rigmarole, only for the fight to happen anyway? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all agree. We got Champ Ross in the building. What's going on, Champ Ross? He say, I think Tank gonna do both. Fight Roach, then Paul by Christmas. Cool. Cool. So let me ask y'all this, right? Tank normally fights 2 fights a year, right? So the Roach fight and the Roach rematch, boom, that's his 2 fights for the year. Would y'all agree that most likely he's not going to take another big fight till 2026? Would y'all agree that he's not about to fight another big fight until next year? So if he fights Jake Paul in November, a fake fight, because it's not going to be a real fight, they're 10 weight classes apart, what is the big deal? Like, seriously. And if he fights Jake Paul, one could argue that whatever fight he fights after Jake Paul is going to be a big ass fight because of the eyes and attention he got from the Jake Paul fight. That fight might do more. Look, him and Tyson did 65 million views. That fight might do even more views. But if you think about it logically, that doesn't make no sense. Tank's with Amazon, Jake Paul's with Netflix. It just doesn't even make sense. It just doesn't even make sense. But I think people are making something out of nothing about the Tank not announced. Just wait for the announcement. Like, that's all y'all got to do. And people are like, well, I want to go to the fight. Well, you got to wait for the announcement, bro. You can't rush the announcement because you want to go to the fight. Just wait for the announcement. Like, I understand y'all excited. I understand. And y'all see this? Like, y'all don't understand. Y'all think that y'all saying, oh, the announcement, the this and the that y'all are like hating on Tank or making him look a certain way when y'all are really just amping up the anticipation. Y'all really just amping up the anticipation for the fight. Because now everybody like, oh, when they gonna announce it? 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 Shit, they don't even need to announce. Just let y'all keep talking about announcing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. But that's just my 2 cents. What y'all think? Buzz Boxing say, I got the grape gas mixed with some apple fritter banana rolled in a nice little joint with some keef on top. LOL. You know me well, sir. LOL. Bubs, happy birthday. That boy Bubs say, happy birthday to me. That boy say, happy birthday to me. Shout out Fly Frequency in the building. Tank got his Roach spray from Dollar Tree. That's why Roach still around. Ooh. Chet Ross say, problem is, what weight will Tank go up to for Paul? To ask him to come back down to 135, 140, it might be out the window. Time will tell. Bruh, if Tank is fighting Jake Paul, it ain't gonna be no weight. It's gonna be whatever weights, and they gonna go in there and be bullshit. And the fight don't even make sense. That's what I'm saying. It's an exhibition fight. Nobody gonna sanction that. It's not gonna be a real fight. Logically to me, it don't make sense. So Shakur Stevenson did an interview, and he speaking about the Zepeda fight. He's saying he know he gonna have to get Zepeda off of him. He already know he finna have to put them hands on Zepeda and come to fight. And that's what's interesting about this fight. Shakur Stevenson is gonna have to come to fight. He's gonna have to come to fight. Mink, mink, mink. I hope he puts on this great performance that everybody is expecting him to put on. I really do. Um, I haven't seen very many people saying Zepeda's gonna win this fight. Shout out my homie GM. He say for sure. He say Shakur getting stopped. My homie GM say Shakur is getting stopped. He is, and he putting his money where his mouth is. He really believes that Zepeda is going to beat Shakur Stevenson. He done looked at the numbers, the analytics. He got charts and everything. But we'll see. We'll see. Um, Shakur Stevenson and Mike Coppinger definitely have a beef going on. And Shakur, you don't want to be beefing with the reporter that's always going to be reporting on you unless you leave in Turkey. Because y'all do know Shakur Stevenson did say after this fight that he's going to sign with the PBC. And you know what's crazy? Shout out Knockout Boxing 86 TV. I was listening to Knockout Boxing 86 TV yesterday, and he was like, y'all, Shakur Stevenson said he would be willing to go to PBC to get the Tank fight, and everybody was against it. And I'm like, why are y'all against him going to PBC to get the Tank fight? So obviously, if he's saying he's going to PBC to get the Tank fight, that's how you gonna get the Tank fight. And he's saying he's gonna be a free agent. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Y'all want Tank to work with Turkey so bad. And so then somebody came and said, oh, well, Turkey offered Tank $50 million to fight Shakur. I'm like, okay, cool. Tank has already said if Al Heyman is cool with it, then he's cool with it. If Al Heyman advises him to go to Riyadh season or do whatever to the Tank to make a fight, then he's gonna go make the fight. If they can come to an agreement. So I don't understand. I don't get it. Shout out D-Ray live on the drive. I don't get it. Now, when this fight is over, I'm gonna guess Shakur Stevenson take is gonna change. I'm gonna guess it's gonna change. I'm just guessing. This is my 2 cents. We just guessing. Chad, let me know if you had to guess. Do you think after this fight that Shakur Stevenson is going to change his mind? He's gonna change his mind and feel like, oh, the fight should be made with Turkey now. Even though I believe after this fight he should be a free agent. If Shakur Stevenson changes his mind, continues fooling with Eddie in Turkey after he clearly said he's willing to go to PBC, because obviously he wouldn't have said that if he ain't been told that and understand that that's a way to make the fight, right? If one had to make an educated guess about the situation, I'm gonna start using that word more often. Educated guess. Educated guess, y'all, not an emotional one. That's my opinion, though. What do y'all think? Let me drop the link because I ain't gonna be on here that long. And then I'm hearing, because this is what we're gonna chat about when y'all come up here. And I just heard this. Somebody said that Bill was talking to Brian Norman about the 24/7 testing for VADA. And I might go deeper into these topics, when I do my other channels and I get time to do some research. But I'm gonna say this about the 24/7 testing. Hold on, y'all. So how can I say this in a way that won't get people panties in a bunch? I felt like when Devin got into the 24/7 testing, that somehow may interfere with getting some of his fights made. There we go. I'm gonna say it like that. And that's what I thought, because how many fighters are actually enrolled in that 24/7 testing? Shout out Jason Williams. Yes, I got to make some more AI art. I haven't even made none. Shout out Coach Eddie in the building.
Hey, good morning, 2 Cent. You on early today?
Yeah, I'm just doing pop-up lives because I missed all last week. But I need to switch devices real quick. What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Oh shoot, man, I'm just listening to you talking about the Tank fight and Shakur, the possibility of Shakur fight. And I think it'll happen. If he needs to go to PBC to get the fight done, hey, why not? The only thing that's going to concern me about that, if Shakur, he wants to make sure that his money's right. You know what I'm saying? So Shakur's going to look out for himself at the end of the day. If the bag ain't right, then he's not gonna work with Al Heyman. You know what I'm saying? If Tank is getting the lion's share of which rightfully so, he is the draw. The lion's share of the PPV, the doggone pay-per-view sales. He's gonna get the lion's share, and Shakur is gonna get a small guarantee. I think that's gonna be the hurdle in the fight. You know what I'm saying? I think Shakur is more than that. He wants that guaranteed money because, like I say, he's not a pay-per-view draw. He don't sell like Tank, so that's why he goes for the guaranteed money, which you can't blame him for that because that's going to put more money in his pocket. But at the same time, on the flip side, like Al is already working with Turkey anyway. He's been sending guys over there for a long time. So if they can come up with a number that satisfies Tank, you know what I'm saying, and also satisfies Shakur, and then maybe they can, possibly do the fight in America, try to do it in Riyadh season, do it over here in America somewhere. I think that could, work for both guys. Maybe they can co-promote. Maybe
But
Turkey.
honestly, though, Coach Eddie, that's not really realistic, though, because of
Why
the
you say
fact
that?
that Turkey is with the zone and he owned part of the zone, and Tank is with Prime and all of that stuff. Like, it's kind of not realistic.
Well, they done co-promotion in the past. I mean, Al Heyman has done co-promotion with the zone. You know what I'm saying? They worked together
When he was with,
before. So
well, I don't know. I guess it depends on if it's an exclusivity deal or whatever the case may be. But we'll see. But to me, saying that I'll go to PBC to make the fight means that's already what he's been told. You get what I'm saying?
yeah, but like I say, it's going to depend on that final number because we know that Tank likes to get the lion's share of the money. So a lot of guys, like he's not like a Frank Martin who's going to go in there and take a low guarantee. Shakur is going to want. I ain't saying it's going to be a 50-50, but Shakur is going to want a decent amount of money, guaranteed. And also some of those pay-per-view sales, he's going to want some of that too.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's not like he can't negotiate that, but it's like, if PBC don't pay high guarantees, why are you coming over here in expectation of that when you know that's not how our business model works? You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, I mean, like you said, you're gonna have to negotiate, and maybe they can come to an agreement, to get a fight fan something that they want. They get all the players involved, get everybody on the same page, and if they can, like, if Turkey can offer Tank, a guarantee, $60-75 million. I mean, that's a good look. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, everybody come out. Everybody's a winner. Everybody's getting paid.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see. How do you think this is pay to fight gonna be easy for Shakur?
I'm sorry. What'd you say now? I'm sorry.
I say you think this the pay to fight gonna be easy for Shakur?
Oh no, I don't think any fights are easy. Well, I can't say that, but this fight should be a challenging fight.
Y'all bear with me because I'm driving and my sons called me, telling them come pick them up from the gym. I ain't know they was gonna be done this early. They usually not done till 12 o'clock. But shout out Mr. Moss and Dundrick them in the building. Mr. Moss, what's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Hey, salute, 2 cents, Coach Eddie, Dondrick, like always, great content. Taking Roach, make the fight happen, man. I mean, I know these fighters want to get compensated, for the fight. It's a dangerous sport. I get it, but where is the will to be great? You know what I'm saying? These guys don't want to push themselves, right? You can't tell me that the fight was that close, and if you're Tank Davis or Lamont Roach, you ain't trying to run that back and prove it wasn't a fluke. And so I'm just disappointed, man. Listen, this fight should have been signed, sealed, delivered months ago after that type of fight we saw last time. And so for me, it just comes down to they playing games, man. And boxing is so dysfunctional, right? I wish they would adopt the UFC model where somebody made the fights, right? You want to get paid? Okay, here's who you're fighting. Like this is what you're gonna do. And so I don't like the business model of boxing. You know what I'm saying? It's starting to get a little irritating. So make the fight, man. And but I totally understand that the purse plays a role and you want to get compensated, man. But where's the will to be great, man? Challenge yourself, right? I mean, sometimes you know what I'm saying. Like, how much money do you want? I mean, let's be honest here. It ain't like these guys are worth the money. Let's just keep it real. So that's my thoughts on that. Shakur and Zepeda. I'm not gonna lie. Shakur gonna have to stand his ground this fight. You know what I'm saying? Zepeda gonna come. He gonna press. You know what I'm saying? And so you can't let Zepeda, throw two, three punch combos, and then Shakur just in the pocket trying to dodge it because sometimes with Zepeda, if you watch his fight, Coach 80, the first three shots he throws it's the four, five, six punches after that that kind of has sting on it. He's going high, he's going low, he's touching your shoulders, he's touching your chest, he's touching the body. And so this fight is going to force, Shakur to fight, which we all want to see him do. And so he's going to be uncomfortable in this fight. And so I hope and pray that in sparring and in this training camp, he's been training to be uncomfortable. And so if he's going into this fight thinking that it's going to be easy and he's just going to outbox his way to a victory, he's in for a hell of a night. And so I think Shakur can pull it off, but I would not be surprised if Sunday or Monday morning we talking about a great performance from Zepeda. That is not out the realm, right? Shakur should get the victory. He probably will, but there's no guarantee he does. And so we'll see, right? You know what I'm saying? Listen, Zepeda's going to bring the fight to him. He's going to make him fight. So, you know what I'm saying? 33-0, 27 knockouts. Like, come on, man. Like, now, I'm not going to lie. Like, this is a fight I want to see. I'm excited for the fight. And I'm excited to see how Shakur reacts in those moments where he's uncomfortable because those moments are going to be there, you know what I'm saying, during the fight. And so the first two, 3 rounds, 2 cents, you know what I'm saying, when that pressure's coming and Zepeda's putting them on you, like Shakur's gonna have to stand his ground in the pocket, not only be defensive responsible, but he gotta let his hands go. And here's my last point, and then you can move on. I'm concerned that Shakur is concerned. Follow me here real quick, everybody. See, Shakur don't want to hurt his hands, in my opinion. So he got to be cautious of where his punch lands, right? He can't just be throwing shots to be throwing shots to try to match Zepeda. He has to be precise with his punches, right? He ain't trying to hit his elbows or top of his head, and next thing you know, his hand is swollen or his hand is possibly gets broken early in the fight. So Shakur got some hand issues too as well. And so not only does Shakur have to be responsible and let his hands go, he got to be responsible of where his shots are landing at. So we'll see. I got Shakur in a decision, but I would not be surprised if Shakur lands the more fancier shots, but Zepeda outworks him. And you know what I'm saying? He's throwing more shots. He's a busier fighter. He has a better ring generalship in this fight. But Shakur is tagging him, one punch here, two punches there. I'm not sure that's going to be enough to get it done if he's not going to let his hands go. So I got Shakur, but I'm not confident saying that. But that's all I got for now.
Shout out Mr. Moss with the analysis. Dondrick Doom, what up?
What's up? What's up, man? This is my day off, so I was happy you went live. I ain't gonna lie, but
Hey, appreciate it.
nah, but I feel like first let's start with Shakur and Zepeda. I think there's a real possibility that Zepeda could overwhelm Shakur, especially if Shakur hurts his hand. That's a big. I'm really looking forward to that because I got to bet two ways. So I got Zepeda for the stop it for just winning, and I got Shakur stopping him. I think Shakur. I don't think if Shakur's hands are good, I think he's gonna stop Zepeda because he runs into a lot of shots, especially that right hand. He runs into the right hand over and over. So I think because Shakur is really right-handed, but he's a converted southpaw. So it's like I think I want Shakur to win because I want to see him fight Tank, but I wouldn't be surprised if Zepeda won. So
My
it's
only thing that be concerning, like his grip strength, like how hard can you punch if you can't really make no fist? You get what I'm saying?
but that was right after surgery. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand, like that's right after surgery. So your hand's gonna be the weakest it's ever been.
Right,
And
right, right.
so and it's probably was still recovering. So there's a lot in the process. You got the inflammation, you got the joint still recovering. He probably had to get like, little tendons, little cuts and pieces in his hands. Might have to take some shards off his bones. So you don't know if he has good. His hands didn't look too bad. I
Damn,
watched all
that
them.
didn't sound good, Don. That's a lot of shit you just named.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot they can do with your hand. Depends on what kind of fracture he had. I don't know exact fracture. If I knew the exact fracture he had in his hand, I could tell you, but I don't know. But it's a lot. But you usually get back to at least 80% of your strength as long as you've been taking care of your hands and like treating them, icing them, heating them, keeping them good. But he's gonna have to wrap them perfectly. He's gonna have to whoever wraps his hands or was wrapping his hands before, they can't wrap them no more. I don't care who it is. I think it probably was his granddad. His granddad can't wrap his hands no more. Never. Never again. He has
But
to
why
find
would they? My thing is like, why would y'all? First of all, why would you be injured for so long, and why would you keep doing the wrong thing for so long?
because he didn't he was getting off with talent. When you're just better than everybody, you don't really worry about your hands.
No, that shit don't make no sense, Dondre. My son was
Now
fighting, but this is the thing. I guess maybe because I've been an athlete my whole life, damn near.
yeah.
But you don't continuously compete with injuries, like if you can help it, right?
See, I don't know about that. Because I played on injuries. I boxed with injuries. Is sometimes
But
you just
what type of injuries? Not your hands, bro. You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
Not your hands.
I've fractured both one wrist, my left wrist, and I had a boxer fraction in my right hand. So
No,
and
bro. I don't play that.
I fought with both of them. So
See, if
it depends on your pain threshold. It depends on a lot, but sometimes that money, sometimes that money's so good, or you might be in a hole taking care of everybody. You know how that is. You want to take care of everybody. You still feel like you have to keep going, even though you feel like if you take some time off, they're gonna lose out on what you could be making at that time.
But
With
well, I mean, I guess it may be depending on the philosophy because I'm more of a preventative, take
yeah,
care of injuries type of trainer slash coach. Because yeah, you missing out on this money, but you get in here and you get injured. Now you can't fight for whatever, whatever. Because now you really got to get the surgery and the recovery and all of that stuff. Like now, Shakur is at the point where it's time for you to get the biggest fights of your career, and now you got to deal with injuries
yeah,
versus you missing out on whatever you little bit you had to miss out on to recover and beat. You know what I'm saying? But I
yeah.
don't know.
I understand, but it's like I ain't gonna judge him on that because I don't know what their circumstances are and stuff like
Right,
that.
right, right.
That's the only reason I give him the benefit of the doubt for that. I'm like, hey, if it's me and they putting 6 mil in front of me, 3, 4 mil in front of me, I'm gonna fight with the hands hurt. I don't care. But
I
then
say
let me get to the tank situation. The tank and Shakur situation. last night we talked about it on your and it came down to we asked if should we keep Shakur accountable for saying he go to PBC, so he should go to PBC. Then it turned into, well, Tank should just come to Turkey. Well, it doesn't have to be that. And I heard Coach Eddie say something about the guarantees. Shakur never gets big guarantees. He's only got big guarantees since he went with Turkey. So he was getting maybe a meal, maybe 2 mil. And from these fights, he might be getting all 5 mil. So if he gets 5 mil, don't expect a lot of the back end. So if you want a large guarantee, you don't get a lot of the back end. But the thing is, they can make that same amount of money. And I don't understand why people don't understand. You can go to Amazon, make more endorsements and other things that you would in Riyadh, because a lot of people that you're going to be working with on Riyadh aren't going to be able to go over there to promote their businesses and their brands over there. So what you're doing in America is way bigger than what you could do in Riyadh, because the back end of the endorsements and all the other things, concessions, the merchandising, people don't think about those things. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what, Dondrick? I just thought about something when you saying that. Maybe they don't maybe, I don't know. I'm just guessing, but maybe they don't do all of that, which is why they're more focused on the guarantee.
Yeah, but
Maybe
that's
they
their,
don't own their image and their likeness and all of that stuff. So maybe that's why they focus on the guarantee. But when you over at PBC, they teach you about all that and show you how to do all that type of thing. You get what I'm saying? So I don't
yeah,
know, but I don't
but
know. But we got D. Listen, I can't do the applause and stuff, y'all, because I'm driving. But we got D-Ray and No Cap up here. D-Ray, what up? What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Stay on the road, 2 cents. Stay in your lane. Yeah. But now my thing is, right, it does take two to make the fight. And then I think probably Shakur is probably at the, he has to take whatever else whatever they gonna give him. Where else he gonna go? I mean, outside of fighting Tank, what big fight is out there for him to be able to fight? So he's almost like, trapped into a corner. But the thing is, if Turkey gets tanked, he done dictated boxing then, because then he will have all of the major players on his side of the board. But now I just wanted to also say I did agree when he said that whoever wrapped his hands should not wrap his hands no more. And I'm very disappointed in the Tank and Roach 2 not happening, because that's all we wanted them to fight. That's all they've been talking about is just fighting each other, and we still can't get that fight made, bro. I'm just disappointed. I appreciate you, 2 cents.
All right. I mean, I think it's happening. We just waiting on the announcement. No Cap, what's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Wasn't they saying the same stuff when the first Roach Tank fight was happening?
Yep, I already broke down the pattern. We're at Tank scared and Tank want more money, and then we're gonna go to PBC is broke. That's the next one.
But see, when Top Rank got left ESPN, they ain't say Top Rank was broke. Didn't they lose 8? Didn't ESPN drop Top Rank?
Yep.
Right, but ain't nobody say Top Rank going broke.
Or that they ruined the ESPN. They put ESPN out of business.
Right, or they put ESPN out. It's always a narrative. It's crazy how people just hate PBC because it's Al Heyman. Like, what did Al do? He don't even talk.
But it's come from the beginning how he came in the game. And I think it's weird. And a panel open now, but I don't like how people compare and say, be like, oh, Turkey doing the same thing Al doing. Turkey's not doing the same thing Al is doing. Al actually built something. Turkey's not building anything. He's just, promoters are loaning him their fighters and he putting fights together and paying them. He's not building anything.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's boxing. That's part of the business.
No,
but
it's
you
cool.
always
I'm not
say that.
saying it's. I didn't say anything was wrong with it. I'm just saying it's not a comparison. It's not a good
How
comparison.
he buying Ring magazine and he want to pay he trying to monopolize the sport, man.
He's a toddler with money.
How he
bro.
gonna have Green Magazine and put on fights? That's a conflict of interest.
The man had the terminal illness. I don't think he's trying to monopolize anything, man.
Who has a terminal illness?
Turkey Al-Sheikh had a brain tumor, man.
I know. I thought he had cancer. I know. I
He
thought that was
doing all
a
this with a brain tumor, bro?
Yeah.
I heard that. I heard that the consultant said Turkey Al-Sheikh had a terminal illness that he granted his last wish, and he wanted to see all these fights, and that's why he started.
Yeah,
doing
That's what they were saying in the beginning, but I haven't heard that since then.
because the Saudi they doing shit. They doing all types of shit. They doing esports. They doing soccer. They doing golf. They run a golf.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, you know. I think a thing about it is like we think it's a lot of money. And yeah, granted, it is a lot of money. But I mean, some of that stuff just a drop in the bucket. Like if they didn't have the money, you know, they would be like, hey, we got to cut this crap off. You know what I'm saying? We can't just keep doing this. Like yeah, they charge a little something for the pay per view. That's fine. You know, they make a little money off the pay per view. Fine if they don't. It is what it is. I just say just enjoy the ride and let the fighters get as much money as they can because this well may run dry. You know, then they'll be on to something else. And then now you got a lot of guys who are going to be unemployed.
I don't think these dudes are ever going to be unemployed. I want them to get all the money they can from them because even
how can they not be unemployed?
Can I finish, Coach Eddie? Can I finish? Can I finish, please? Thank you.
Man, you ain't got to be off facetious. Just go ahead and finish, bro.
Can I finish what I was saying? Jesus Christ. It's the same thing. We already know Saudi's plan is to get tourism there because oil is going to run out by 2030, something time like that. So we know what they're trying to do. They're trying to make Saudi Arabia the next Dubai and all that. So they want to get more people there. So we know their end goal. So we just got to use it for our advantage because sooner or later they're not going to be in like that. So I want them to make the most money. But with this Tank fight, they don't need to go to Turkey. You only go to Turkey because Jay Prince and Josh Dubin, they have part of Shakur's guaranteed in their contract. What they did guaranteed contract. They didn't do gross network profits. That's the difference. That's why they don't get. That's why most boxers they don't do the gross. They do their guarantees for their coaches and stuff like that. So it's different because I'm going to school for this right now. So I don't want to hear nobody say, "Oh, you know what you're talking about." Yes, I really do right now. So I just went over this yesterday in class. So yeah, it's a lot. So I want them to make the most money, but that Tank fight is already. I don't know what people saying Roach and Tank is not done. They wouldn't keep telling y'all that the fight is done if it's not done. Y'all just want them to come out, but they're gonna wait until after the Barrios fight because they want Barrios and Pacquiao to make the most amount of money they can. Because if you say Tank and Roach is fighting, it's done with Barrios and Pacquiao. So I'm pretty sure I thought it was gonna be last week, but it's probably gonna be a month like they did with the last fights. So hey, I'm just being patient. I already got my ticket. If you don't got a ticket, it was $150. So hey,
Where you get a ticket from?
I got a military discount on everything.
Where you bought it from though?
I go base to base, so I got one cheap.
You go base to base? What you talking about?
Yeah, I fly to Georgia, a base out in Georgia, and I fly to 29 Palms.
Mm.
And
Panel open, y'all. Panel open. What up, Rich? What you got? I forgot Rich hopped up here. What up, Rich? What you got for the show?
No, I'm just listening to all the crazy shit that's going on.
What y'all think about this Serrano Taylor fight?
I hope Serrano finally gets
I think Katie Taylor gonna win because I just feel like she gonna win.
I don't feel like
Serrano gonna lose again.
If Katie can headbutt like she did the last couple fights, she gonna win.
Y'all gonna watch it?
I'm gonna watch it. Yeah, I'm gonna watch the whole card.
I mean,
I ain't gonna say the whole card. I'm gonna watch a few of them.
You already won twice.
I'm gonna watch Chantel. I'll probably start watching when Chantel starts fighting.
I'm gonna tell you who need to put on. Shadeja Green.
Ooh, yeah,
that was my next question. Y'all think she gonna beat Savannah Marshall?
No.
Nope. She too slow.
No.
She too slow. And too
Savannah Marshall gonna pick her apart, man. Savannah Marshall gonna pick her apart.
I think Savannah might stop her.
Ain't Alicia Baumgartner fighting somebody?
Yeah, she fighting.
Yeah, Alicia Baumgartner fighting too.
Hey, Alicia need to move up to 35 so she can go ahead and fight Caroline.
about Caroline Dubois.
Yeah, and I think Carolina gonna do something bad to Alicia.
Hey,
I
Alicia
agree.
been with Derek though. You know, Derek gonna get them fundamentals down.
Man, that
So
Carolina Dubois hit harder than her brother. I don't care. Nobody's that mug punch.
damn, we gonna
Man,
see,
she should have
man.
stayed with my man Tony Harrison. Tony Harrison had her looking good, man.
Yeah, he did have.
Derek James gonna have her feet stuck in the doggone mud, man. Watch what I
That
tell you, man.
Charlo's feet were never stuck in the mud.
Hey Zach, what do y'all be talking about with Derek James? I don't understand. Every fighter he worked with looks better. You
Man,
made
we
AJ
ain't
look
seen the
better.
Derrick James. We ain't seen the Derrick James
Nah,
style.
Derek,
He always
Derek,
get the people that's already fighters, and then he just help them with the
yeah,
shit
Yeah,
they already
He
do.
fine
exactly.
tune him. He
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Derek James don't look good with Ryan Garcia.
We
And
What
only
you
and
mean,
You
and
know
Derek
what?
James? Derek James made
and
Ryan Garcia feet
Derek
look better.
James trained everybody the same. He trained all his fighters
and
the same way.
and the reason why I say that because if you look at the way that Ryan Garcia fight, it's just not for Derrick James style, man. It's not. I wouldn't say Derrick James did bad with him. It's just like the style that he tried to make Ryan Garcia do. It's not that, man. It's
so
I
not
think
that.
he was trying to show Ryan Garcia how to use his footwork and use his
Yeah,
jab to set up his hand. I mean,
it's not
somebody
Yeah,
that.
should have
but
been showing
except for
Ryan that
Derrick
shit.
James, except for with Rolly,
Ryan Garcia gonna continue losing under Derrick James, man.
he only lost
Ryan
one
I
fight.
Garcia,
don't think
who
so.
did he lose to under
I'm
Derek
saying
James?
Besides Rolly,
he's going to continue losing from here on out. If he fight B plus fighters at 147, because that's where he at, he's going to lose. If he fight a D or whatever like that, a F or something like that, he will win. But I'm saying if he fights some good fighters at his weight class at 147, he's going to continue losing.
That's
What
because
what
he
is
ain't
making
that.
you
He
say
Because
got
that?
he ain't
knocked
that
out
good.
without
And
Derrick James. He ain't get knocked out by Rolly.
and I'm saying under Derrick James.
I don't
I
think
don't
he gonna
understand
lose
with
on.
that.
He gonna lose under anybody.
I think
Yeah,
Ryan
he.
Ryan can box. If you actually seen Ryan his
That's
amateur
what
career and his earlier fights, he's a boxer. It's Ryan's fault, and I think it's just Ryan's confidence.
yeah,
I
yeah.
just think I don't think
He just
I'm
lost
not.
to
I,
Rolly because he ain't got no chin.
Hey,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm not.
Anybody with power gonna beat Ryan because he gonna
I'm
get scared when he get hit.
Exactly.
I'm not taking
Thank you.
nothing. I'm not taking nothing from he know how to box or not. I'm just saying under Derrick James, he gonna continue losing.
Why that has nothing to do with Derrick James. He was gonna lose. He lost his first
Under
fight wasn't under Derrick James.
under Derrick James, he gonna continue. What you mean is he lost his first fight under Derrick
His
James?
first fight wasn't
No,
with
he
Derrick
didn't.
James.
You talking about with Tank?
He wasn't there. He's with Reynoso when Tank knocked him out.
No, he was with
He wasn't with no Reynoso. He was with somebody. I think he was with his folks.
He
what's
goosing
He was
something.
with Joe. He was
Goose
with
or
Joe
something.
So
One of
Goose.
so
them
y'all
gooses,
telling me that y'all telling me Derek James fighters lost to the best fighters in the divisions, Charlo undisputed, Earl unified, and y'all telling me he ain't a good trainer? Like that
No,
don't even make sense what y'all
I never
saying.
said that. I mean,
No.
y'all comprehending wrong. I'm saying Ryan Garcia under Derrick James. I'm saying just Ryan Garcia himself, not
that might just
nobody
be
else.
Ryan Garcia.
Not
That might
nobody
just be
else. I'm
Ryan.
saying Ryan Garcia under Derrick James, he not gonna win. He need to
So
find
why
a
is that
new
on Derrick
trainer.
James?
I never said it's on Derrick James. I'm just saying the way that Ryan Garcia was brought up fighting, you can't teach a nigga new tricks after a year or 2 years dealing with him, and he been fighting like this for 20 years. You can't
He
do
was
But
that.
teaching new tricks though.
the
He had
thing
his
is,
chin down with Rolly.
You
Yeah,
can't.
he
Ryan
wasn't.
has boxed.
Man,
He
Ryan
get
can
just
what?
saying
box.
it's not a good. Saying it's not a good fit, man. He
Coach
just
Eddie,
saying it's not a good fit. That's
tell him,
all it
man.
is.
They don't
Just
understand. They comprehending
we
wrong.
I
He
understood.
said
We
disagree.
it.
understand that. But why
They
you?
fucking
But why you
comprehending
I
bringing
wrong.
up
think
when
I
we
think
bring up
it's a good
Derrick
fit.
James?
I think it's a good
I
fit
think he nah. I don't think it's a good fit.
I
because
think
he's
it's good.
getting Ryan's fundamentals together, which he never was had or displaying in the ring. His footwork, Ryan was only relying really on that hook, but he wasn't really setting it up. If Derek can show him how to use his jab, get his feet better, and teach him how to set up that shot, he
Yeah,
gonna be dangerous.
but that's like that takes it back to when Wilder had that coach, that kickboxing coach, right? When he had that coach that he was dealing with before when he fought Tyson Fury and before Tyson Fury, he was winning nonstop. Soon as he thought that the second fight that he needed to change up and find a better trainer and all that stuff and try to learn basic fundamentals like better fundamentals and all that stuff, that's when you see he just
Wilder was
became some.
already in his 30s when he mid
And
30s when he
I'm
did
not
that
saying
shit.
that. I'm just saying like sometimes the old people that you used to dealing with is better than the new people, man. Even if that person is way elite, way better than the trainer
Ryan
that you
Garcia
used to
wasn't
dealing with.
even listening to no trainer. Derek probably the only trainer Ryan Garcia listened to.
Ryan doesn't listen at all because he can box. That's the problem. Ryan can
All
actually
right,
box. He just won't because he got in love with that left hand and that right, them hooks, and he don't throw nothing but them now. That's his problem. He doesn't. He used to paw his jab. He used to do all of that. Ryan doesn't do it anymore, and I think it's just because of his confidence or probably something with his self-esteem.
right.
So I don't think I understand what you're saying with the Derrick James. I don't think it's a great fit either if Ryan's not going to listen.
Yeah, I
And I don't
don't
think
think Derrick James one of the best trainers probably all time. He'll probably go down as one of the best. You know what I'm saying? But I won't. I'm not saying that he. I'm just saying he's not good with Ryan. I think Ryan not good with him. I feel like all that basic fun. I think that ain't for him. I think that ain't his style at all.
Yeah, I mean, that right there be like taking Roy Jones and trying to make him fight fundamental. You're gonna ruin it. You
He
gotta
ain't
let
really
Roy be
changed.
Roy.
But he's not
He just
trying
made
to
Ryan.
make him. Well, hold on. Let me say this. He's not trying to make him fight fundamentally. He's just
Training for that.
showing him how to use his feet. Y'all feel what I'm saying? Y'all saying he should
Yeah, I
he
mean,
should
but
just keep fighting with the bad footwork.
now
He shouldn't try to
people
do
change
it.
trainers all the time. So I mean,
I mean,
like I said, if it's not a
that's
good fit, it's not a good fit. It doesn't mean that you're a bad trainer. It's just like me and you just not gelling. We don't have that, that cohesiveness. And you just
Right,
move
but that's
on
why
and find somebody
he
else.
lost one fight to Rolly.
at the end of the day,
It
this
ain't
is
got
Ryan.
nothing to do. Y'all
nah.
take it out. Y'all
It
like
ain't got
it's a
Ryan,
personal. You act like
it
it's
ain't
a
got nothing to
personal
do with
attack on
Rolly.
Derrick James. It's not.
It ain't
Just
got.
like Elisa Bumgarner. Hold on, brother. Hold on, brother. Hold on, brother. It's just like Elisa Bumgarner. She left Tony Harrison. I mean, she was undefeated when she left him. So for whatever reason, she lost. She left Tony. She looked good up under Tony. So why
I
did she
think that
leave?
I
Who
think that's
knows?
because they was
She
together.
left because they broke up.
Nah,
Really, yeah,
it ain't got nothing to do with Rolly. It's just if you see the way
yeah.
that he fight. I know a guy that don't even look at boxing like that. He look at boxing, but he ain't into all the other boxing stuff. He see Ryan Garcia fight. He said, "Man, it's something about the way he fighting that's off. That's way off. Like, and it's under Derrick James. It's just
Hey, Ryan been trash like that before. There, he looked better. He looked more like a boxer under Derrick James than he did before. This nigga cheering all up in the air. This nigga looking uncoordinated and shit. He was looking way more composed in that fight. Rolly just outboxed him. He got
Yep.
better.
He was
It's like
scared of
shit.
getting
He
hit
got better than
again.
that. He outboxed Ryan straight up, and then people don't want to give him credit. That's what that shit is. Like shit. Because Devin Haney couldn't do it. They thinking something must be wrong with Ryan. No, Rolly
nah.
just outboxed him.
I ain't no Devin Haney fan at all. So you got the
Right, but
wrong
people
person.
perceive Devin as better than Rolly, so they think since
Yeah, Devin is better than
Rolly
Rolly.
outboxed
I
him.
want to see Devin and Rolly fight at 47.
Devin
I would
is
like to
better
see
than
that
Rolly.
fight.
Nah,
No, he
Rolly
not.
the GOAT, man. Y'all
De-
disrespecting the
De-
Rolo
De-
the GOAT, man.
But
Y'all
guess
Devin
what?
is
disrespecting.
better than
Devin
Rolly.
could be better than Rolly. That don't mean Rolly can't beat him though.
Oh
Yep,
yeah,
Rolo the GOAT, buddy.
I
That don't
understand.
mean Rolly can't beat him.
Rolly the king of 147. I don't know
Just
why
like
y'all
Devin better than
disrespect.
Brian Norman, but that don't mean Brian Norman can't beat him,
Oh,
does
oh,
it?
Yeah,
oh,
you're right
oh,
about
oh, oh.
that.
Now
But
you got too much
I
dip
just
on your
heard
chip.
somebody say on Rolly, this Devin better than Rolly.
We don't know that. We don't know that. Rolly the GOAT.
Man, Devin better
Rolly
than
is
Rolly.
welterweight champion, something Devin Haney ain't.
Yeah, facts.
I'd rather see Rolly and Devin than Devin and Norman, honestly.
Why? Why Norman? Y'all see this the misconception I got. Y'all said Brian Norman can't cut off the ring. That's not true. That's a lie. And I can take you back to fights where I can show y'all. Y'all keep saying this, but I don't think it's an overwhelming talent. I think Devin might have more big fight ability because he's been in more big fights, but I think their ability is right up the same. Because if you don't know Brian Norman,
I
and I've seen
don't
him
know
up close
about
and
that.
personal,
No, I disagree with
yeah,
that. No.
yeah. The
I disagree with that.
athleticism, they're about the same. I've seen this dude in person. He is Brian Norman. If he wanted to, he could have played football. Put it like that. That boy's athletic as hell. Like
But how
y'all
is
think
his
his feet are
foot
slow,
can't
but it's not.
Devin got the footwork, bro. What he gonna do about
What
that? And I think
footwork?
Devin is a better
Just
boxer
because you
than
move
Brian
around a
Norman.
lot, don't mean you got good footwork. I mean, you
Footwork.
got settled footwork. I mean,
He
Triple G had good footwork. You make it work for you. I think a lot of times we look at people who move around a lot and be like, "Oh, he has great footwork." But what about just guys who just know how to move in the ring?
Well, he got good lateral movement. Then is that
Bernard
better? I
Hopkins
get what
had
you're
good
saying.
footwork. You know what I'm saying? I think
Yeah, I
you
get
could
what
say
you're
maybe
saying.
fancy footwork if you want to do that.
Yeah, I think it's a difference between footwork and what you just said, fancy footwork. I think some good fancy and footwork is Bam. Bam got some good footwork.
Bam,
Either way that
Lomachenko
Bam, Lomachenko, Bevo, they got good footwork.
better be at that.
Tank.
Like,
Right. That's because they did stuff outside of boxing to
Yeah,
help their
Tank
footwork.
Shakur. But I'm saying
Lomachenko
Bam.
took dance lessons and
I'm
shit.
saying
You know what I'm saying?
Bam footwork. Bam don't even gotta have power. I was just looking at Bam earlier
Sean Porter
today.
has tremendous
I was
footwork.
looking at Bam earlier today. Bam do some stuff that'll get a fight off track, and he had hit them and dropped them off, stuff like that, just because his footwork.
yeah,
They
Because
so
he can create
confused
them
in the
angles.
ring. Bam footwork is a nut like Lomas.
he just don't want none of the Junto. That's it.
Yeah, Bam definitely like that.
Bam, staying away
I
from
like
Junto.
Bam. Bam is like I like Robert Garcia's style. I like how he like takes that Mexican style and then he turn them into boxers with it. Like I think that is very unique.
It's a good thing, but I think it's kind of dangerous because some of them aren't meant to.
Yeah,
Like,
Like who?
I think he tried to make Ryo too much of a boxer, and I think he lost some of his ability to punch.
I think Ryo was just out of his league, bro.
But Ryo been fighting like that though. He
Yeah,
wasn't he even when he was with Benavidez and them, he wasn't no
I think he was a little better with Benavidez. To me,
real Mexican type of fighter.
I think
You
he
know
was
what I'm
better
saying?
with Benavidez.
What you mean? You mean Mexican American? The real
Yeah,
that's
Mexican
what I'm
style
saying.
is boxing.
That's
Like
come on,
Mexicans
bro.
That's
from
what I'm saying.
Mexico got technical boxers like Ray
So what?
Vargas
Robert
and
Garcia got a
motherfucking
Mexican American style, y'all would say?
yeah, he got a
I
Mexican
wouldn't
American style.
I wouldn't say that he got it. I say just the fighters, all his Mexican American fighters fight like that.
No, they don't.
Yeah, you're right. Because Verge,
It's really
See,
just
I
the ones
take
with
it back,
Robert
'cause, like
Garcia.
Salido got that pressure style. That's a straight Mexican style. It's like Salido, the dirt, like that straight pressure.
Yeah.
But the great Mexican boxers are technical boxers, like Marquez and fucking Barrera, Morales, and niggas like that. They was technical boxers.
I think Mexican American fighters better than the Mexican fighters. I say Oscar better than all of them.
Benavidez the only good one, nigga.
Oscar better than all of them. I say that.
Not really. He beat the older. I mean, he beat Chavez.
Man, I don't know if y'all. I looked at all
Oscar
Oscar
he lost
fights,
all his
man.
big fights, though.
Oscar, man, is a beast. And you can't
Oscar
take
lost
nothing
all
from
his
that
big
shit. I
fights,
don't care. You could take away all the fights that he done lost. He ain't even lose. He lost like 4 or 5 fights. He a beast, man.
But who he beat though? Vargas, another Mexican American. He beat Chavez, but he was supposed to beat
Chavez. Ain't no
Chavez.
point talking. Yeah, next conversation 2 cents, man.
Yeah, I mean he.
I think go through that. Certain Oscar ain't beat nobody now.
He beat Vargas. He beat an old ass Chavez. Well, I can't say he's old ass Chavez, but he was an older Chavez. And then he beat an old Pernell Whitaker, which some people thought he lost. And that's
Hey, what y'all think about Roy Jones calling out Floyd Money May?
I got money made by knockout.
Y'all think they gonna make that fight?
You have lost your mind if you think Mayweather
they ain't gonna make it.
Roy. Come on now.
Hey, Roy, he can't be the 54-year-old Roy Jones.
So Floyd
He ain't
definitely
knocking him out.
He knocking him out.
Y'all need to stop these delusions of grandeur.
They ain't playing for real. They ain't playing
Floyd Mayweather can't be the 54-year-old.
I ain't say he couldn't beat him. I said he ain't knocking him out.
He knocking him out.
He might.
Get
hey,
out
do y'all?
Roy look even older than he did against Tyson, dog. He look way out of shape. He look like an old man for real now.
Who, Roy?
Yeah.
Man, Roy will get in there and fight. He ain't tripping.
Man, Floyd knock him out at this point, dog. I don't even want to see that shit.
Man, that'll be funny as hell. Hey, that'll be crazy. Like all these old dudes coming out of the woodworks to fight. Like, what are y'all doing?
I think Brian Norman Sr. beat Roy at this point, dog.
Stop it.
Roy, sit down, dog. I don't want to see Roy get beat up no more, dog.
But it's Floyd though.
But I'm saying Roy so damn old and fucking punch drunk, like he can't. It don't even matter. It's like Florida knock him out at this point.
Shit, you talking noise? You posting yourself watching me get knocked out? Like, what you want to do then, bro?
Man, Floyd will beat the shit out of Roy right now.
Man, stop it,
Make
man.
the fight.
Floyd will beat the
But
shit
why
out
do
of
y'all
that
think
boy.
that? Why do y'all think that?
I don't.
What? Why do y'all think that?
Floyd, nobody that's retired that's around that was around Floyd could beat Floyd right now.
I think if Manny
No
Pacquiao and Floyd fought,
No
Pacquiao would
one.
beat Floyd at this particular time.
No
Really?
one.
Yo, trash, bro. You got that
But
Japanese
Pacquiao,
kickboxer.
I'm saying Pacquiao's been more active than Floyd. Floyd ain't been
And we
active.
saw that like in 2015 he lost.
Man,
No
y'all
one,
act like these jokers is
no one
timeless, man.
around,
Floyd is an
no
old
one
man,
around
bro.
Floyd age.
All them
No
dudes
one.
old, man.
Pacquiao too got beat up by Ugas.
Okay, so if he goes out and beats Mario's Barrios, then the conversation may change.
He beat
No
Mario.
one around Floyd
How do you
age
know? The
range
fight ain't happened yet.
in his
I
era could
already
beat him
know.
right now in the ring.
Okay.
No one.
If he beat
Japanese
Barrios,
kickboxer.
y'all think Floyd will come out and make another fight?
No, he don't got to. He already he better than
Cause
him.
like even if Pacquiao
I
beat
mean,
Barrios, you really think he gonna defend the title against somebody? Yo, come on, man. Like,
Nah,
I
he'll fight
think people
Floyd
take this
again.
shit serious,
He'll
dog.
definitely fight Floyd again.
oh yeah, he'll fight Floyd. That's a big money fight.
Hey, but that's the thing though. Roy done sold the fight though. You know, like you compare like let's say like Shakur, Tank, you know, they've been calling each other out. We wanted to fight, but the casuals ain't want to fight. But after Roy called him out, bro, the casuals is gonna ask Mayweather about taking that fight, bro. And why not?
Yep. And they can go back and forth for about 2 years. For about not 2 years because they too old for that. They can go back
We
and
ain't
forth for
got that
about
much
6
time.
months.
Man,
They can go back and forth for about 6 months, and then they can make a fight.
they ain't about to fight. Floyd gonna beat the shit out of them though if they do.
Man, I'm tired of seeing all these elders. They need to sit down.
I don't know why they all coming back to fight. Like, this ain't something you could just come back
Because
to
it's
like
money in the
that.
game. It's money in the
Yeah, but
game. That's
they
why
know
they
how to
coming back.
sell the fight. They got
Money
the
on the table.
interest.
Who about
Same
to make
thing
a
Mike
fight with?
Tyson came back. It was money on the table when Mike came back. That's why he came back, for the bread.
Yeah, that's true.
Easy
That's
money.
true.
Them dudes ain't gonna go in there and try to hurt each other. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like a little sparring match. They gonna get paid. Go home.
Hey, no, I believe Floyd and
Entertainment. That's
Roy
what it's
want
gonna
to
be.
fight.
You think they setting it up for a fight?
Yeah, hey, like you said, the man sitting up there showing all your knockouts, trying to get you clown, bro. And all you asking for is, okay, let me see if you can do it. And of course, he gonna hide behind whatever he gonna hide behind because he ain't got the courage to get in there with him, bro.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Floyd
So,
Mayweather,
yeah.
hold on, I just want to say this last part real quick. Floyd Mayweather has been match made his entire career, bro.
okay, I
He's
already
not.
knew this was a Floyd hater, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie. As soon as you said something about that, the first thing I thought was,
Hey,
watch he
listen,
come out and
listen.
start
The
hating on
last
Floyd.
fight,
Man,
hey, no,
you
hey,
got it, big dog. You
I
just like the last guy that said Ossie De La Hoya ain't fight nobody, man. You
didn't
got
say
it,
that,
man.
man. Come on, man. Don't put that jacket on me. But now listen,
you just
what
like the
I'm
last
saying,
nigga that said that, man.
no, hold on,
I
man.
don't like
Hold
stuff
on,
Talk to him
don't
for
listen.
even
a
need to be
bit. I
responded
didn't
to,
say he
man.
didn't fight nobody. I said he lost all his big fights, which is true. Yeah, he ain't
Stuff
beat
Right.
don't even need
nobody.
to
He
be
ain't got his
responded
wins
to.
ain't all that.
Hey,
Shit
So
but
just
he
y'all
don't
just
need
did
to
better
be
test
criticize
responded
himself.
to,
Floyd
man.
So
resume
I
and big
give
up
him
De La
credit
Hoya.
for
That's
that.
the capital shit I'm talking about.
Shit just don't need to be responded to, man.
De La Hoya then got
Hey, but
folded by
listen.
everybody. He stepped up in competition. He got folded.
And the last time Floyd took what I considered against the odds challenge was Diego Corrales, bro. You know how long that was at 130 pounds. So
Because
everything else from there,
he was so much better than
what?
everybody else.
Huh?
No, when Floyd was 36, he beat up Canelo. When Ray Leonard was 35, he got his ass beat by Hector Macho Camacho. That show you the difference in the level and the skill
Facts.
level of a Mayweather, dog. But he could be 36-year-old and beating up young dudes.
That guy,
This
that's what
ain't
I'm
normal.
saying. Stuff that don't even need to be
Chavez is younger
responded to.
than Mayweather was
Hey,
when he
didn't
fought
he have him
Canelo when he lost to De La Hoya.
on a weight rehydration clause though?
And then, hey, don't forget,
That's match made, bro.
don't forget,
What
people
Jake?
had Hatton beating up Floyd in the house. Don't forget
Well,
that.
yeah. They showed
They-
motherfuckers just talk about man Floyd about to.
Ooh.
You know how many people
So
had to
y'all-
shit on after Floyd busting about the turnbuckle? That was a
So
good
y'all
time right
mad?
there.
So y'all was mad that a Floyd who had to put weights, who had to put stuff in his pockets to make weight, put a rehydration clause on a bigger Canelo who was what 10, not even maybe 20 years younger than him. And
Bro,
you
no,
got
I'm not
mad because he
mad.
put a rehydration clause
Man, this
on a
guy's a
150.
I'm not
hater.
mad. But I'm just saying that that's match made. That's match
That's not a
made, bro.
match made. He fought the youngest dude. And, hey, if it's a match, hey, guess what? Guess what they can do if you get a rehydration clause? Not fight. Say no.
But who gonna say no to the money, bro? Come on, man.
Somebody
Make sense.
who don't want to be on a rehydration clause gonna say no.
I mean, all that
have you
rehydration clause and all that stuff, y'all, that's a part of boxing. Like, if y'all go through any fighter resume and see what stipulations like they all do it. Like, I don't understand why they act like y'all people act like this is so rare.
No. We're not gonna lie like that. We
Yeah.
not gonna lie like that.
What we lying about?
We not
Yes,
gonna
they
lie
do.
like that.
Yes, they do.
What's the
They'll
lie?
Bud ain't
they'll
never had
IBF
one.
at any time.
No. Rather the sanction, the WBC, IBF, whatever the case may be, maybe they might put a rehydration clause or something. But
What's the difference?
all boxers don't do because the difference is a boxer don't sit back and say, "Yeah, I will fight you under these terms." All boxers don't do that.
Because they
man, we're not
can't.
gonna lie like that, man.
Because they can't,
We're
and
not
because
gonna lie
Because
like
they
that.
can't.
We're not gonna lie like that.
because y'all
Y'all
can't
Because
make
they can't.
because you can't make the weight.
Just because you can don't mean that you should though.
Yes, you
Hey,
should.
we
You
not
should.
gonna
I don't
lie
care.
like that. We not
No,
gonna
same
lie
thing.
like that.
No, because the same thing would happen with me in my fights when I fought in the military. We had automatically had a rehydration clause. So no,
Okay, and I'm gonna say this one more
and
time.
no one complaining.
It's the difference
But y'all
between.
act like it's
I'ma
both
say it
sides
again.
don't have to adhere to the rehydration clause. Like it's just one person.
I'm gonna say it again. It's a difference between the IBF saying, "Hey, it gotta be a 10-pound rehydration clause," or whatever the case may be, and a person that only way we can make this fight
What's the
happen is
difference, Rich? What's the difference?
He just said the difference. It's a huge difference. You got one is a governing body who's it's mandated. There's no way around it.
But
That's
it's
the
still a
difference.
Who had the
rehydration clause,
rehydration clause?
Oh my
dog.
God, man! I done heard it all,
Hold on,
man.
what rehydration clause you talking about?
I
so
done heard it all.
so let
This
me get
shit-
this straight. So somebody who
Wow.
balloons up,
So the IBF put
let's
their
say,
fighters at a disadvantage because they put them on a rehydration clause to fight.
I
Or
didn't-
y'all saying that if the IBF put them on the rehydration clause, the rehydration clause don't affect them the same? Like I don't understand y'all point.
That rehydration clause is put there to discourage guys, basically to make guys move up to the next weight class.
That's what they should do.
Hold on, what was y'all talking about? I was out the room.
People
Who had the rehydration clause?
Defending people. Why I'm telling people that I think rehydration clauses should be implemented, and they basically like people if boxers shouldn't do rehydration clause. Basically,
I think you should fight in your right weight class. I don't anybody if you cutting 20 to 25 pounds, you need to be in the next weight class. That's how I
The
feel.
catch weight and the rehydration clause are the same thing, though. Because you have a catch weight, and then you can rehydrate. As long as you make the weight, you can rehydrate to as much as you want. Like Canelo and Floyd.
Look, it's people that's real good and all that stuff, but you put a rehydration clause, We're not gonna sit there and say every fighter that do it.
I'm saying, which fight you talking about, though?
I ain't never seen Terrence Crawford put a rehydration clause on no one.
You don't know that.
Oh my God!
You wouldn't know if he put a rehydration clause, bro.
Oh my God! Shit is crazy.
How would you know all fighters that ever use a rehydration clause?
Be honest, that's because Terrence Crawford been big for his weight classes up until now. He was big at 35. He was big at 40. He didn't need to put no rehydration on nobody. Why would he put a rehydration clause?
Though that's all I'm saying, man. That's all.
Right, because he's one of the bigger fighters in his division.
I'm not trying to argue. All fighters just don't do it.
Bro, you being so literal, like I'm saying every single fighter. The point that I'm making is that it happens in boxing, and a lot of fighters do it if they can, if they A side. If you blowing up 30 pounds and you fighting me, yeah, I'm
Well, first off, once you agree to terms, and you can't cry about the shit afterwards.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, that's one thing you can't do. You can't cry about it. If you agree to the
They're using
rehydration
the
clause,
rehydration clause to take your advantage away.
I'm
I
not
don't
saying
understand
that.
the problem.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if you agree to a rehydration clause, you shouldn't complain after the fight. You shouldn't.
Agreed.
If
Agreed.
you agree with it. But also some people be so desperate to make the fight and make the money that they going to agree to the
Then don't
rehydration
Well,
be
that's on
clause.
desperate.
them.
Don't be
That's on
desperate.
them. Yeah, you're right about it. That's on them. That's definitely on them. That's their fault. But not all fighters do it. And not all ASAP fighters do it. That's what I'm saying.
No, of course.
They're gonna do it if they need to, because they can.
I would.
I mean, if a person making weight, to me, I don't feel like there should be
If,
no rehydration clause. If a
if you
person
if you
missing
cut,
weight and all that shit, if you missing weight, then hell yeah, man, here go this contract right here. Matter of fact, it's a 5-pound rehydration clause. You
there
got
is
to
no
miss
no,
weight.
you can't do a 5-pound rehydration
I'm
clause.
just saying, I'm just talking, but I'm just saying, if a person miss weight, then
And that's
I
the
I feel like this:
exact reason
if
why
a
Tank put
rehydration clause,
Ryan
if you got to
Garcia.
rehydrate
Hold on. Let me say
35
this, because
pounds,
that's the exact reason why Tank put a rehydration clause on Ryan Garcia, because he was missing weight. But y'all act like he just did the worst thing ever when y'all see Ryan was been playing weight games on the scale.
Oh, you said Ryan Garcia missed weight during the Tank fight?
No, he
he
missed
missed
No,
weight
weight
before the Tank
every other
fight.
fight before that he did.
Tank missed weight too before.
no, I'm saying that's why he
Floyd,
put him on the
Floyd Mayweather
That's why
rehydration
he
missed
moved
clause,
weight
up.
because he
That's
was
why
also.
he
missing
moved up
weight.
the weight.
Yeah,
That's why he moved up a weight class.
when we speak on people that's missing
Floyd,
weight,
Floyd Mayweather Floyd Mayweather
that
missed weight on the
don't mean that
Marquez
you.
fight.
Yep, he did.
I just saw.
Came in 4 pounds heavier.
Yeah,
Came in 4 pounds overweight.
I just saw that shit on somebody's page. Like, if you miss weight, do that? Are you considered a weight bully?
No, if you miss weight, that don't mean you're a weight bully. That means you wasn't disciplined
Okay,
during your camp.
so why complain about Ryan Garcia missing weight?
Because Ryan
Because he
Garcia
did it
did it
every
on purpose.
fight, bro.
He did it every fight at 140. He never made 140 one time, bro. Never.
Wasn't Ryan Garcia at 135 too?
But when he fought
He be
Tank,
coming
he
in at
was at
136 and shit.
fighting at
Yeah,
143
first
the
of
whole
all,
time.
him and Tank fight was at 136 catch weight, so that was helping Ryan out. They didn't even have to make 35.
Damn.
Because
Yeah.
Tank even said if you would make 135, you don't have no rehydration clause.
Yeah, Ryan wanted to play with the scale, wanted to play weight games. And y'all seen what he did in the fucking Devin fight. So that
Well, I
should
feel
have
like this:
clicked in your head
if you
like,
got to
oh,
rehydrate over
that's why
20 pounds to be straight, you need to move up in weight.
Thank you. I don't know what the big guy. Thank you, Jesus Christ. Just go up. But you scared. You scared to fight somebody your size.
Yeah, but if they making weight, if you make weight, I don't consider you as a weight bully, and it shouldn't
You
be no.
still a
Well,
weight bully.
because
You just
it's too much stuff to help you. All you do is drain the water out.
If
You
you
just
make
losing water
weight,
weight. You ain't
if you
losing no
make
real
weight,
weight.
that's like saying
You cheating, though. You
out
trying
of
to get advantage.
that's like saying like I'm gonna say it again. That's like saying Shakur is a weight bully because he missed weight, or Tank.
that's not the same.
He moved up in weight class. He didn't keep fighting at 130. He moved up.
Okay, that's what I'm
Shakur,
saying.
He ain't missed weight at 35.
So I feel like once you miss weight, then you could be looked at as weight bully. But if I don't care if you walking around at 250 pounds, if you make that 135 on that day, you're not a weight bully.
Rich. No,
You're
Rich.
not a
No,
weight
no, no.
bully.
I hear what
No.
you're saying, Rich, but it's not you missing the weight that determines if you're a weight bully. It's if you walking around at 250 and then you coming down to 135 to fight and then you hydrating to 170, you a weight bully.
Yeah, but wasn't that a point where Leonard Ellerbe said that Tank walk around at 160, something like that?
Because he
Bro,
was
Tank is
fat. He was
5'4",
hanging
bro.
out with Adrian Bronner, bro. He was out of shape.
He was out of shape, bro.
That was
That's
back
not
in
his
Tank. We used to
natural
look like
weight.
Manny
Wait,
Fresh.
hold on.
Remember Adam
Hold
Mario
on.
say he like Manny Fresh? That's when he was fat and shit.
So
between
does
fights.
that make him a weight bully? That's
No,
what I'm
because
saying.
he
So
was
Because he was out
walking
of shape.
around fat.
We can't pick
Because
and
he was walking
choose.
around out
That's
of
why I'm
shape.
saying
He was fat as fuck.
as long as you make weight, I don't look at you as a weight bully. Because you making that
That ain't
weight.
what make bully mean. Weight bully mean I'm a big ass nigga. And I'm motherfucking shedding 50,
All right,
40 pounds to fight some little niggas.
and I just said, we gonna go back to Tank. They said he was walking around at 160 something, 170.
I didn't say nothing
Out
about
of
weight. I said
shape,
I'm a
bro.
big
That's not
nigga.
his.
Tank is
Listen,
small.
time out. Cause Rich, you tripping, bro. Tank was
Yeah,
walking around
you are tripping, Rich. You reaching, bro.
Yeah, you reaching. Tank walking around 160. He fat. That nigga look like a butterball. He out of shape. But if I'm regular 170, 175, 180, and I'm not fat and overweight, that's my weight, and I'm coming down 60 pounds to fight at 130. Yes, I'm a weight Billy, bro.
Who is we to tell
McDonald like 220 right now. You think he can fight at heavyweight?
Wait, hey, Coach, who is we to
Come on, man. You being silly.
who is we to tell that somebody's could just so if Devin Haney at 170, 180 and he squinked down to 140 or whatever, who is we to say that's his natural weight? Who is we to say that?
Because that's not
it's easy. It's called
We're
natural.
not
Natural
saying
weight.
it. It's called natural. We're not saying it. It's called natural.
It's called
This,
natural weight, bro.
hold on, Rich.
y'all
Hold
right,
on,
man.
Rich.
Y'all
You
right.
didn't want to argue, bro.
Y'all
You didn't want to be contrary, man, to everything. It don't matter what it is. God dang, brother.
No, I say you right, man.
Let it go, man. If a man cutting 40 pounds, he should be fighting in another weight class, man. I mean, your natural weight is what you walk around with, not blowed up, eating hot dogs and hamburgers and ice cream. That's mean you're obese. Your natural weight is it's moderate exercise, naturally eating well. That's your natural weight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't understand that. Errol Spence was 180 pounds. That's his natural weight. How many goddamn guys you know that's 5'10", 135 pounds? That is not your natural weight.
No, that ain't your natural weight.
That's not a natural. That's unnatural. I mean, you're a grown man. You should be weighing 135 pounds. And they will say you were freaking malnourished if you went to the doctor. You know, on that weight chart, you say you should be weighing about 165 pounds. If you're 5'10" male or 175 pounds, depending on your build. So I mean that's what natural weight is. So yeah, Tank, he was just eating everything in sight, hanging out with Adrian Bronner. That's why he looked like a butterball turkey.
Yeah, and I say this.
Hold on, y'all. Let me get the super chat. Shout out to Gap Tooth Gains with the $1.99 in the super chat. He says, "Why not go back to same day weigh-ins? Because these guys would die." Shout out Gap Tooth Gains.
Yeah,
very dangerous.
First of all, I want to say that Gervonta Davis ain't never been 160. That's first of all. That's number one. That's some frequent flyer talking points. He ain't never been
he has
160.
been one. He has been
Nah,
160. I seen him.
No, he hasn't, bro. No, he hasn't. I know people who know him personally. No, the fuck he hasn't. My daughter is 5'4". She the same size as Gervonta Davis. Do you know what
I'm the same
160?
size as Gervonta. I
Do
mean,
you
him
know what
stood side by
160?
side with the same height.
Do you know what 160 look like on somebody that's 5'4"? A
Yes,
male?
I was fat 3 years ago, bro.
Yeah, they was fat. You wouldn't be making no 130. And this was that 130. They were saying he was 160. Stop it, bro.
Nah,
Man, you see how round that dude had a pie face, bro. What you talking about, man? That dude's face was like a pie, man.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna respond to this either because I heard Leonard Ellaby say that I ain't hear him come back and say nothing about Leonard Ellaby.
When Leonard Ellaby say this at? Where did he say this at?
Leonard Ellaby said 170, I think. He didn't say 160.
Where did he say this at, Rich?
So Tank was obese. That boy should have been on my 6
Adrian Bronner went up to 200 pounds.
Hold on, where did he say this at?
I'm about to show you right now. I'm about to put it in there.
Right before he fought the Barrios fight.
Yeah, I'm about to put it in there.
The way in at the Barrios fight.
Do you not realize that Adrian Bronner weighed 190 pounds at one time?
Nah, Dean, I can say this now. I heard that plenty of times, and I've been fat before, so at 5'5". So yeah.
Man, look at Nassim Ahmed. He look like he ate Nassim Ahmed
because he about to fight Barrios. So he was like, yeah.
I mean, look at Ricky Hatton. Ricky Hatton weighed 200 pounds. They used to call him Ricky Fatten. I mean, that dude's the 200 pound fighter. What are you talking about, man?
These dudes is weight.
Pernell Whitaker weighed 200 pounds.
Earl.
But look at Buddy McGirt. Buddy McGirt weighs 220.
Bro, all of that shit is cat.
No, not
so Buddy McGirt don't weigh over 200 pounds. That's what you saying?
No, I'm talking about the shit y'all saying about Gervonta Davis. All of that shit is cat.
Leonard Ellaby said this,
you don't be 30 pounds overweight. Leonard Ellaby is not with Gervonta Davis most of the time.
All right, man. You got it, brother. You got it. Go ahead and make your point, man. You got it, man.
They gonna defend regardless.
Bro, is any of y'all niggas at Upton Gym? Is any of y'all niggas at Upton Gym? I know people from Upton
Man, you got it. You got it, brother. You got it, man. You got it. You got it, dog.
Yeah, it's no point arguing about that, man.
Niggas don't like at the end of the day. I ain't hear that guy say nothing about it. At the end of the day, I know niggas who really train at Upton Gym that know him personally. What the fuck are y'all talking? Leonard Ellaby's not with that nigga when he walking on the scale.
You got it, brother.
How often do y'all think Leonard Ellaby and Gervonta Davis is together?
Cuz you got it, man.
Oh, all right. I just want to know. I just because I could prove the shit. I could get somebody to come up here that know him.
No, the thing is, it's a difference between.
I
Hold on,
agree
y'all.
with you too. I
Y'all go
agree
ahead.
with you too. Since
Well,
I
I ain't
agree
gonna,
with you,
I ain't
Coach
gonna
Eddie, when
argue.
y'all said that he was probably eating snacks and that really wasn't his weight. I agree with that.
Yeah, he was just out of
But when
shape.
when
I
that when
mean,
that
shit.
nigga was fat facing and all that stuff hanging with
AB.
AB and all that stuff was going on when he was weight and all that stuff, yeah, I disagree.
Yeah, he was
I
about
believe that he
160
I
then.
believe that he was big and he wasn't no 140, 145 like how he
All right,
look now,
so
all
let me
in
ask you
shape.
this. So let me ask y'all this.
I don't believe that.
Shakur Stevenson is 3 inches taller than Gervonta Davis. We
Yeah,
all saw Shakur Stevenson sitting with his chains on. How much you thought he weighed at that time?
about 160.
About
Yep,
about
155,
150,
160.
160.
150,
About 160.
148, 150.
I ain't
148,
even go.
150, but Gervonta was 160 at four
No,
inches
no.
shorter.
Shakur was about 160 at it. And when he had that belly
Yeah,
out, he was
Shakur
about
Walker,
160.
yeah. Shakur is even chubbier than Gervonta Davis. Yes. Look, you can just look at the body type. Look at Gervonta Davis now and look at Shakur Stevenson before he fights.
Then
You not
we not talking about now. We talking about the time when him and AB was out there partying with Richardson Hitchison when they was all out every weekend. When they was drinking, doing all that. Yeah, they was fat.
Oh yeah,
All of them.
I'm not saying they was fat. I'm saying that they put sauce on that shit.
Now I
Because
think
then
I'm gonna tell you,
Because
D, my
he trying to
personal
act like
opinion, D,
Javante,
and
a big ass dude. But he not, bro. He's
yeah,
same size
I
as
mean,
yeah, that
Pacquiao.
nigga little as shit.
At the
No,
most.
he's
I'm the same
smaller than
size.
Pacquiao. He's
I'm the
Right.
same
smaller than
size as
Pacquiao.
Javante. I'm the same size as Javante. I'm gonna tell
Could
you
y'all
that. Me and
imagine
him.
Pitbull Cruz at 160? Could you imagine what that looks like?
They
Now
said
he
Pitbull Cool
That
weigh
motherfucker
180, brother. What are you talking about, man? This man come down from
Who
180.
said that? Who said that?
God
Who
almighty,
said that?
man. You can't tell this
can
man
imagine
nothing,
Pitbull
man.
being
Who
180
said
though.
that?
Do I got to find it? I
That
guess I need to
motherfucker be
go to
looking like
Embedded
Lying.
Finder. They said that.
that motherfucker
They
be
said
looking
that.
like
That's just
Whatever, man.
lies.
All right, bro.
all
All
right,
right.
all right,
Pitbull be looking like a mini me Tookie Williams at 180,
I
bro.
done heard it all.
Okay.
Pitbull
all right,
Cruz
Dean,
180.
Dean. I'm gonna explain to you how somebody can be my height. Me and Tank probably the same size. I'm 5'5". I'm probably a little bit taller than him. You can be 160, and I can lose that just in 2 months. It's just diet, exercise, and preparation, and you got to have genetics. That's it. That's the only thing it takes. I don't think that's Tank's walk around weight, but I think at that time he probably did hit 160 and probably like, oh, I'm doing too much because
Bro,
AB did
niggas,
it too.
I want
Uh,
y'all to think about this, bro. Niggas was saying Earl was a buck 70, and that was supposed to be fat. I'm
no,
supposed to
No,
believe
Earl
Tank
was
was,
blowing up to like 200. Earl was
200.
getting
yeah,
big.
Earl
like
like 190,
niggas,
200.
like, bro, nah, fam. I ain't got it.
Yes, bro.
I
Man,
ain't
you
got,
need to chill, bro. You don't know what you talking about, man.
bro, I don't know what I'm talking about. Do you know anybody that know Javante personally? All right, then
You
shut
talking
your
about
ass
aerospace
up.
wasn't one. You talking about aerospace wasn't 200 pounds, and I seen it. I seen freaking.
I didn't
I,
say that. I
I,
didn't say that. So stop putting words in my mouth because I didn't say that. What the fuck are
man,
you
just because
talking
you
about?
talking loud don't mean that you right,
All right, but
brother.
I didn't. No, yeah, you're wrong. I never said Earl Smith wasn't 200 pounds. Where did I say that? You want to run the tape back? I got another phone. We can run the tape back. I didn't say
Man,
that.
you just want to argue. Go ahead and
No,
argue with yourself, bro. You got it, man.
you
You
just
got it,
want to
brother.
talk. You just want to talk, and you've been wrong. This whole show I've been watching, you ain't said one thing that was a fact. You just be
Okay.
running your motherfucking mouth.
Let me mute my mic. I ain't in this one.
The fuck? But then when I ask niggas to pull up facts and stats, don't nobody ever go down that road with me. It's okay.
The point is, if I blow up and get fat, that don't necessarily mean I'm a weight bully because these people aren't still walking around at these weights. Tank is still not blowing up to no damn 160. Like when is the last time he even did that? And people want to characterize Tank as a weight bully, try to say he a weight bully. I'm like, the dude is 5'4". Tank would have to go to what weight class to be a weight bully, y'all?
120, 122.
Hey,
122.
I ain't never said Tank was weight, but I was just giving a scenario as if somebody miss weight, then I think then they weight bullies the people that miss weight. I feel like if you
I mean, it
get your
depends
weight,
because people
if
miss weight for different reasons.
but yeah,
Yeah.
but I feel like if you come in with your weight and all that shit, man, whether you blow up or not, I don't feel like that's a weight bully. I
The
feel like
I'm
that
problem is
you
these
that's all I'm saying.
guys. if you was
No,
fighting
but
at
some
your
people
real
when they
weight,
young, they can make them weight cuts, so they be weight bullies.
y'all, it's simple as this. If you was fighting at your real weight, you wouldn't make you would not your natural walk around weight. But if you was fighting at every first of all, no boxer should be missing weight. There's all these weight classes for a reason. So if you struggling to make
Open.
weight, you shouldn't be fighting at that weight class. It's simple as that. If you are struggling to make the
You had to
weight,
work today?
you should not be fighting at that weight class. That's why we call niggas weight
You
bullies.
gonna go down to
You're struggling to make the weight. You're trying to do everything you can to make a weight when you shouldn't even have to do that. That's
And
why.
that, and
That's why Ryan
and,
Garcia.
and,
Hold on. That's why Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney is doing exactly what I was telling them they should have did 2 years ago when all Devin fans were saying, "Dean, how you know they gonna move up? Dean, they gonna still fight at 135." And I was telling niggas then that they was lying. Them niggas is
and
not coming back to no 135. Now at 147, you ain't gonna see Ryan Garcia miss weight. You ain't gonna see Devin have to strip naked just to fucking get on the scale. That's when you start to become a weight bully. When you got to do all of this extra shit just to make the weight, you're a weight bully. Simple as that. You got to strip naked and getting Dragon Ball Z hybrid diabolic
sauna
chambers
suit.
and
Them sauna
yeah
suits.
and sauna suits, dog. You
Hyperbolic
doing too
thing.
much, bro. You doing too much, my nigga. Fight at a weight that you can make comfortably. That's the problem with boxing now. That's why I love the IBF. Because everybody
You ain't
always
never
talking
seen
about these
Tank look like Thriller at the weigh-in like Devin Haney.
like, yeah, like, nah. Then people complain about rehydration clauses. Rehydration clauses has been a part of boxing since since the four belt era. IBF is still in existence. So I don't want to hear shit about a rehydration clause when y'all perfectly fine watching IBF fights. It is what it is, fam.
Right. Then they said Boots was big, but he was making the IBF 10-pound rehydration clause.
Yeah, bro, like,
But they talk about Boots was
fam.
big.
That's why they got on Earl, but Earl first belt was what? The IBF.
IBF. Yep.
I never thought Earl was big like that. I think he was just a real welterweight.
Oh,
Because
he
he
was a weight
started at
bully.
like
Oh no, don't get
people
me
used
wrong.
to
He
see
was a weight bully.
welterweights coming up
That's
from
when his
35 and 40. That was
nah,
that era when all the welterweights came
this
up in
this
weight.
this
So
this this
Earl was
why
looking
this
like
why I
go
knew
ahead.
Earl was big. I knew Earl was playing around because he started off at at 147, stayed there. That nigga
He
ain't go
started off at
nowhere.
50. No, he started off
He
at
started at
54 and went down to
54.
47.
That's even sad. He
Mm-hmm.
started off at 54 and then go to 147. I knew you was.
Sean Porter started off at 65 or
Yeah, I remember
68.
he started off
Yep.
bigger too. But
Well,
A
you
lot of
everybody
these
stay
had
niggas
to
at
play
that
stay
weight
weight
there.
now.
That's
class.
the money division. That's where the fights was at. That's where the comp was at. That's why they was
I
at.
think his Sean Porter
And then
was
you had
training like a
Carlos.
football player at one point.
And like I said, if you go and watch Pitbull Cruz, goddamn Ferrero first face off, that dude is 170 plus pounds.
Hey, first of all, Pitbull supposed to be a 130 pounder who is undisciplined. Because if he is supposed to be a 130. First of all, he's 5'2". First of all, yeah, you're a
Yeah,
midget. You need to be
he
down.
is. He's smaller than Tank, so he got to
And
be.
and if you
He 5'2"
imagine
for
him,
real, he can't be that damn short.
bro, he is a
Bro,
You
he
gotta be
like
like
tell you,
5'3",
5'4".
bro. Bro, he like 5'3", bro. No cat.
He
that's
like
the
an
fight.
inch shorter than
That's the
Tank.
part.
When they took
That's
that
only.
picture together, he was shorter than Tank.
I
Yeah.
know
That's
he's
the
shorter than
that's
Tank,
the
but
fight I
damn,
went to.
5'2".
Tank and Pitbull. That's the fight I went to. Is Tank and Pitbull. So I seen them up close and personal. That nigga Pitbull is a midget.
Yeah, that nigga's a midget, bro. Like,
That's
for real.
crazy.
That nigga's a fucking midget. Like,
And I'm
Bam
short. So if I'm
Rodriguez,
telling you a midget, you short.
yo, he Bam Rodriguez size, but Bam Rodriguez skinny, y'all. If y'all ever see Bam in real life, it's gonna fuck you up at how
Why?
little he is, but he be knocking people the fuck out. Like, it's like Bam is, put it like this, y'all. He's smaller than you think he is. Like, when you meet him in real life, you'll be like, God damn, is this a fucking a sixth grader? Yo, he built just like a sixth grader, bro. But he be putting shit down though. Them little
I,
weight classes, they really be really little. Like,
hold
Yeah,
on,
they
D.
be
I
little.
feel like you're going a little too far right now. I
You
think
got a
you getting a
grown
little
man,
disrespectful, bro.
118 pounds, bro.
yo, 2 Cent, he little
Right.
as hell. Like, it's crazy. Especially before the weigh-in, y'all. Like when they was going to the schools in Philly and shit with boots and all that. Bro, that nigga is some of the kids was bigger than Bam.
Yeah, because
I
I'm
know
trying to get
my
my
daughter
funny.
is.
I'm trying to get my
Yeah,
like
but
shoot.
Bam Rodriguez be like 135 in that ring. He a weight bully
Yeah, he
too.
do. That's why I'm suspicious. He's one of my favorite
I
fighters, but
don't,
I'm
I don't,
I don't
suspicious.
think anybody be
I don't,
118 in the ring. I don't care. That shit just sound crazy.
Nah, that's not possible. It's just it's how
yeah,
you
I
cut
don't think
weight.
that's weight bully. Like I said, man, if you make that weight, man, I don't think that's weight
Nah,
bully.
And then
what
again, Ricky
constitutes
down, that motherfucker was small too.
I ain't
what
gonna.
constitutes
That's
you
why I
being a
never
weight
called
bully
Earl
if you come
Spence
in the
none of that
ring.
shit.
If you constitute when it comes to weight bully, if you over like 20 something pounds, I say over
Yes,
20 pounds when you come back in the ring, that's a weight bully because
because
you manipulated the weight. That's it.
and it's
Like
not healthy. It's been proven
it,
that it's not healthy.
yeah,
Like it's
it'll
been
kill you.
proven.
Your body
And then
going to
Devin out,
ketosis, boy, it's over for you.
then Devin out here talking about he didn't drop 25 pounds of water weight. Nigga, you would have died if you dropped 25 pounds of water weight. Niggas just be talking, bro. That's what I be talking about. My niggas just be talking, and we let them get away with the shit. Yeah, I dropped
25 pounds
25
of
pounds
water
of
weight.
water weight. No, you didn't. You would have died. Stop lying.
UFC fighters do it all the time, man. They have some of the
Hey,
most drastic weight cuts.
Yeah, and that's why
Coach
some of them
Yeah,
Eddie,
niggas
some
I
of them
stop
may
seen
about to die though. Like
hold
Khabib
on,
almost
y'all.
died
I
a couple
seen this
times.
video. I seen this video of a UFC fighter cut like 20 pounds in a day. Like it was so crazy. I'm like,
Yeah,
hell no. Like, why would you
Because
do
they come
that?
from that wrestling background. The wrestlers be cutting weight. They be chewing tobacco to cut
Yeah,
weight. They be
they
doing
be
all types
Yeah,
of
cutting.
shit.
yeah, that's why I
You
used to
drink a
I used
lot.
to
You
Man,
rest
I
drink a
think,
lot of
hey,
water. You
two
get in
cents.
the
I think that was the
bathtub,
same
Epsom
video I
salt
seen. Some
bath.
shit like that.
I used to rest. I used to spit in a cup all the way to a meat. I wouldn't eat. I couldn't eat the whole day. I could eat only saltine crackers. Could drink half a cup of water, and that's what I would have to eat for a day before I went in for wrestling. And then
Let me ask y'all
the
a
whole bus
question.
ride I'd be spitting just to get the water weight out.
Let me ask y'all a question. Did y'all like y'all cutting weight and losing weight? Did it affect y'all in the beginning and y'all had to get used to it?
And now you
You
still
be
be
see,
kind of
you be
weak.
seeing stars, man.
You still kind of weak.
y'all
Like
never get used to that shit.
you, it's like you gotta. If you tough, you tough. Like wrestling, I
Did y'all
hated it.
prep up?
Hell
Susan,
yeah.
Tucson is
Yeah.
why Devin moved up 2 weight classes that fast, like I told you he was, Tucson. That shit is hard. He shouldn't have been doing it as long as he was doing it for. But I get Devin to get the undisputed title. I ain't knocking it. My problem was with Devin is lying to everybody as if you don't know that you can't make this weight no more. Same shit with Keyshawn. Now Keyshawn kind of surprised me. And I know a red flag should have went through my head when he cut his dreads off. So what the fuck he cut his dreads off for? I know people do that, but I'm like,
Well,
it
I
was
think
just so
Keyshawn could have
random.
actually made that weight if he wanted to. I don't think
I
he
want to
wanted
know,
to.
did
No, I don't
Devin
think
ever
you can. I don't think
did
you
Devin
can.
ever miss weight?
No, no,
No.
Devin,
No.
no,
Oh,
Devin never missed weight. Devin was
oh yeah.
about
So
to miss
I
weight
can't
against
I ain't speaking
Rich.
on him either.
Rich, he was about to miss weight against Ryan Garcia. He came back in stripped naked and then was 140 on the nose.
Oh, see,
That's why he moved up immediately, Rich. That's why he doing the catch weights and don't want to fight at 140 and all of that. That's why all of that
see,
happened.
but that's why I'm
Because
saying the same
put it
thing.
like this, Rich. He wasn't Ryan Garcia wasn't the only one that was barely fucking making
I
weight.
know, but that's what I'm trying to say. The shit that Boots did when Boots, like everybody know, I don't know. From me looking at Boots, I was like, this nigga big. Look at this nigga when he came in for the last fight that he had, and he said, oh,
Right.
I can make weight easy. But what he did when he moved to 154, I salute him for that because he know his limit. He like,
Right.
damn man, I
Right.
can't, I ain't about to have no Keyshawn Davis, so I ain't about to be looking
Facts.
wild. You know what I'm saying? So if Devin did make all his weight and then he moved up, I can't get mad about that because
No, we not. No,
that's the right
we
thing
was
he's
mad
supposed
at
to
him
do.
for
No, we
capping,
wanted him to
Rich.
move up.
We
We
wanted
wanted
him
him
to
to move
move up,
up.
Rich.
He still was a weight bully.
We
I mean,
no,
I
Rich.
don't.
Devin fans was denying that he had to move up. Me and Two Cent and
Oh, okay.
Dondrick,
See,
we
now,
was telling them motherfuckers for 2 years. His fat ass ain't coming back to 135. He don't want to fight Tank or Shakur. That nigga is lying.
when I
He's not
seen
doing that.
when I seen that nigga fight Loma, I was like, damn, this nigga big.
Nigga look like the Walking Dead. Did you see the weigh-in for Loma,
Compared to
Rich?
Loma, I was like, this nigga big.
But
He
Rich,
was
this
go back
huge.
to the right before they weighed in though, Rich, with
that
Loma. That nigga
when he
was the
was in.
sunken place.
Nah, did you see? Even this one, I knew Devin was too big. When he weighed in for Regis, he still looked drained.
Yeah, yo, Dondre, that kind of threw me. I was like,
That
damn, Devin, like
blew
even
my
at
mind.
140.
I'm like, what? I'm like, ain't no
Yeah.
way.
It's also body type too. You take guys like look how Mike Tyson is like basically 5'8", 5'9", and Mike Tyson blowing all the way up over 300 and something pounds. So guys that's short, like that's why I'm telling you, like Pitbull Cruz, when he's not training, a fat Pitbull Cruz is 175 pounds. He's coming way down like that.
I
He
can see
can't.
that. I can see
Coach
that.
He
And
Eddie,
can't
I'm
Devin,
tired.
rely.
You
Devin,
said
because you know
I'm
why?
dead
But
serious.
hold on. Y'all see how big
I'm
Pitbull
dead
Cruz
serious.
head is? It's like y'all see how big Pitbull Cruz head is, and how Mike Tyson got
He
that big head. It's like
he
they
get a
got big
fat
brains.
stomach too. It's all about weight distribution. Like guys like Devin Haney, they got skinny legs. Deontay Wilder, those guys got skinny legs. Pitbull Cruz has a really thick core. That's where a lot of his weight is in the
That shit
middle.
about to come on right now. That weighing
And,
about to come on.
like put it like this: the man weighed in at 140 when he fought Rolly. He was 160 pounds come fight night. Just imagine the dude who's not training. Even Rose Romero said, "You like a fat pug." Go back and look at that press conference. That dude got a stomach like Buddha. That dude's
Now,
stomach is literally sticking out like a fat Buddha, and
Coach
his
Eddie,
head
That's
is fat. And
genetic
everything.
though.
That dude was 175. That dude's 175 pounds, man.
but Coach
When he's
Eddie,
not training.
Coach Eddie, let me ask you this though. Rolly just as big as Devin and Ryan. So how can Rolly make the weight, but Devin and Ryan can't make 140?
It's a
Because
body type.
it's
Rolly
Body
body
bigger
type.
type.
than them. No,
Body type,
no.
body type.
When I'm asking Coach Eddie, Rolly's bigger than them. Like he's more muscular. He the same height. Well, Ryan might be a little bit taller, but like he could
Now
make it.
Ryan way taller than Rolly.
You think he way
But Rolly
taller?
stays in better shape. Like
Nah,
I'm not gonna lie. This
he
year
Okay.
ain't
around,
way
Rolly's
taller.
better.
Ryan not way taller than Rolly.
Yeah,
I thought
he
they
is.
about the same height.
Rose like 5'7", man. He wasn't. He like
Ryan,
5'7".
how tall Ryan is? Like
Ryan
Ryan
5'10"?
like
only
five
5'8".
ten.
He almost
Five,
No, right.
He
5'9",
like
5'10". Yeah.
5'10",
Yeah.
Ryan
5'10".
like 5'10.
he
Yeah,
5'10",
Ryan.
That ain't
5'11".
way taller.
He had a growth spurt. He like 5'10",
No,
5'11"
y'all,
now.
no. Two Cent and Dondrick right. Because when I saw him hugging Deion Sanders, him and Deion was the same fucking height. So y'all might be right about that, Two Cent.
But
Ryan and
Yeah,
Dion,
Ryan
Deion
That
Dion,
Sanders.
nigga
Dion,
Ryan
Dion,
bigger than Canelo. But then
Dion like
Canelo fought
6'1", 6 feet.
who the first that Canelo fought before school?
What the fuck was his name?
Uh,
Fuck, it's on the tip of my
Berlanga.
tongue.
Berlanga.
Berlanga, bitch
Oh, yeah, but
ass.
he was in the locker room with Canelo for that shit. This motherfucker was next to Canelo. He was dwarfing. He made Canelo look small, bro.
hold
Yeah.
on, y'all. Let me make
That-
this
Speaking
announcement
of,
real quick. Hey, y'all, make sure punch. Look, got 50 people in here. Y'all make sure y'all punch that like and subscribe button so more people can join in on the conversation. Be sure to help support the channel at 2 cents boxing hitting the Cash App, or you could leave your 2 cents in a super chat. You can call into the show at 281. Hold on, y'all. What's my number? Let me get it. At 281-845-2103, just to give your 2 cents if you don't want to get on the panel. Fire conversation today, pop up live. Let me know you enjoying it by at least punching the like and subscribe button. But y'all go ahead.
I mean, even Terrence Crawford walks around 186 pounds. He's like 5'8".
That's
So
too
these
fucking
guys,
big, dog. That's too fucking big.
these guys pack on weight when they're not
Right,
training,
but
man.
Coach
see,
Eddie,
Bud
Coach
got that
Eddie,
lanky frame where his weight is he don't look like he that big.
Cause
but
he
no
He just
long.
cap.
got that lanky. He
This
got
the
long
problem
ass
that I got.
limbs.
This the problem that I got with niggas like Bud even walking around at that. Y'all, I'm 6'1", a buck 85, mostly muscle, but I'm a buck 85. For that nigga to be close to my height, my weight, and this motherfucker is 4, 5, 6 inches shorter than me is fucking crazy to be a boxer when you not fighting nowhere near that weight class. Well, now he is, but I'm talking about prior to that. That's crazy to be that much out of weight, out of shape when you out in the gym, and especially somebody like Bud, who we heard always in the gym. So how do you get that big if you always in the gym? That shit don't even it don't
I
First
think
of
compute
Bud
all,
is
all the
one of
way.
them genetic freak motherfuckers. Like he got like a weird ass frame.
That-
He can just
he
put
he
on.
do
do
He,
got
though.
can just, he ain't
He
big
do
enough. He won't be
though.
out of shape. He just a big that motherfucker like a strong ass Bruce Lee motherfucker. Like he like a Bruce Lee type body type where he just got lean muscles just piled on. Like that's why
I
he's
No,
so
can
fucking strong.
I can explain some stuff to you, like people who are like,
Oh,
I mean, put it like this: people who are from like a Mexican Mesopotamia, that region,
hey man,
they gain weight extremely
that
fast.
that weigh-in on right now, man. I want to see what Belinga gonna do to Oscar, man. He said he
What
got
is it on?
he
What is
he
it?
said
What they
Man,
showing it on?
Belinga the
it's
weight.
on
That's a weight bully right there. Belinga is, man.
Ring magazine.
Real shit.
That's the press conference. That's the press
Hold
conference.
on,
I'm
Yep.
okay. I
saying.
don't know. Let me say this. I don't know if I could share Ring Magazine videos without getting copyrighted.
It's on the
Fight Hype
zone.
don't be tripping.
It's on the zone
The
ring.
Zone for sure ain't gonna let me play nothing. The Zone
It's
for
on
sure not gonna
Golden
let me
Boy.
play
It's on
nothing.
Golden Boy too.
Golden Boy, you might be able to get away with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something else. Look at Carissa Shields. Look how big Carissa Shields done got.
I want to see what he gonna do to
Thick.
Oscar.
That's like
Coach
80% booty
A.
though.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was about to say
90.
Yeah,
that's that happy
she
weight.
done picked up a lot of weight though.
Not looking athletic. She look like she looking like somebody mama. Like she don't look
Yeah,
Hey,
athletic.
yeah.
but
She
one
walking
thing,
around. She walking around like 195. She up
She
there.
But
she walk around with that thickness, baby.
one thing about Trent.
195? How tall is Clarissa? Shit ain't
No, she like what? She about
195.
190. She about 190, man. She walk around like
Ain't Carissa
190,
Shields 5'10"?
What's the woman heavyweight?
She's all in cheeks.
175.
That's all in
75.
cheeks, man. That's all in cheeks,
Yeah,
How
bro.
big?
Man,
How,
that's
how,
Clarissa
how big
Shield
was Layla
ass and
Ali? I know she
thighs,
was
man.
like
Clarissa Shield got a lot of
175,
ass
wasn't
and
she?
thighs.
Yeah, with Layla Ali bigger than Clarissa Shields.
Carissa Shields
yeah. But
doesn't
she
she
just
don't look athletic though. She don't look like she being when she get in shape though, she do it just I don't know. It's just
you
something
remember
to
she
it.
used to fight at 154. She used to be 154. So now she just bases. That's all woman weight right there. That's all that
Yeah,
is.
that's woman. Yeah,
Yep.
that's woman weight. Yeah,
That's
that's
that
woman weight.
hormonal weight. That's that
That's that
hormonal weight.
That's
papoose weight.
them thighs. Them thighs done got thick, and them hips, and that butt, and all that stuff.
She got her
And,
grown woman
Woo-wee.
body.
Jesus,
She
praise
got
the
her grown
Lord.
woman body.
Praise God. Praise
That's
God,
that
y'all.
Got her
papoose.
grown woman body.
That's that papoose weight.
Nah, she
Hey,
was
She
like that before Papoose. Stop it.
nah. She was though too. Sin. Have you seen her lately? She been looking a little thicker though, and she been showing it off too.
She be looking good. She been looking real good.
Man,
Fight fans around the world. I know how y'all are. Y'all enjoy this thing
who
of
look
boxing. I know we
crazy.
play games and people have their issues and people have opinions. It's cool too. I got opinions and I'm allowed to say my opinion or speak my opinion. And if somebody was trying to send me a subliminal message, it worked because if you want to prove that you're better than me, I'm always ready, wide open,
Roy,
ready
stop
to
it.
go. It's called.
Roy, you 220,
He's
Roy.
really
Stop it.
been hurt. He's gone down before one time, but there was a perfect left hand. Roy never saw it coming. Roy is out. And Roy
Man, them
may
knockouts
be
is crazy, dog. I don't want to look at Roy get knocked out no more, dog. Shit like watching Jesus die, man. I don't want to see this
Roy.
shit. This shit
Let
crazy,
me
man.
stop that before they be done copyrighting my stuff because I'm playing that video.
Yo,
But
2 Cent, when he got knocked out by what's the Jamaican bull name, y'all? Robinson,
Glenn Johnson.
Glenn Johnson, y'all. I
Yeah,
almost cried, my nigga. I
that was
ain't
crazy.
gonna
That was the
lie,
craziest
dog.
one.
Bro,
The
when he
Roy looked
got
crazy. He
knocked
looked
out
like a
by that
damn
nigga, I
pork, dog.
almost cried, bro. I said, this is some bullshit. Me and my best friend, me and my
Dog.
best friend, we with his dad, right? We used to watch for the last 20, 30 years, we don't watch every major big fight together, right? When that nigga, my man's dad kept saying, all right, y'all keep sleeping. Glenn might knock out Roy. Me and my friend like, knock out Roy. Man, that nigga ain't knocking. Talking big shit, y'all. This nigga got knocked out. My best friend dad just looked at us and was like, y'all little niggas don't know shit about boxing. Because he said he had Glenn winning the whole time. He like Roy, and Roy was his favorite fighter. But I guess the old heads at that time, I wasn't looking at boxing the way I would look at it now. If looking back
Right.
on it now, I would have definitely picked Glenn going into that fight if I know what I know now.
you ain't know no better.
I ain't know
Dog, I
no
thought Roy was
motherfucking
dead
better.
after that Glenn Johnson, man. That shit was
Nah,
crazy.
yo, what about that dude David
man,
Morrell? Is that fight still on?
I don't
Oh, that's
Look,
a
know.
great
I
yeah.
heard,
I think they
so this is
said
what I
he
heard,
failed
right?
the
Let
test
me
and
tell you this.
canceled it. He
I
getting a
heard he
replacement.
got banned and he getting a replacement, but then I also heard the fight's still on.
I
I'm
heard the
gonna
fight's still
believe
on.
that you're getting a replacement because the fight's still on. Kind of
Well,
sound,
Morrell said
eh?
he'll still fight him even though he juiced up. And then they
Hell
saying he about
no.
to get 2 year suspension.
But
So he
for
getting a
me, I don't.
replacement.
For me, I don't understand is like they let this dude. This is happening in 2024. This dude has fought like 4 times, and has not popped.
That's what I'm saying. They be
It's
knowing
kind of
these fighters
strange.
popping, and they be holding on to it. I feel like, and then you know what I'm saying? Like they letting these fighters get away with this
But
stuff.
the
I feel
thing
like.
is, he could fight over here because he will only get suspended over there, like sort of
Oh,
like Conor Ben got.
like Conor Ben. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's what it
I
was.
Oh,
just
so
want
that's
to
why
know
the
your
fight is still on.
well,
We don't
Tucson,
know
I just
yet.
got a
That's why
question.
I'm watching the press conference right now.
Tucson, I got a question.
What's
If
up?
David Morrell go in here and beat him, is we blaming the eye string? Do Devin still get that excuse if David Morrell go in here and knock a juice head through the second rope? I'm just wondering. It's just a question. I'm just wondering how
Man,
people gonna carry
you
that.
know it's different, Dean. You know it's different.
I want to see if David Morrell can't duck a left hook because the guy's on steroids. I hope he still fight. I just want to see if David Morrell can't duck a left hook. That's all I'm wondering. I'll leave it at that.
I mean, they gonna have to for sure test and make sure he clean, but they say he's still fighting. I guess
I
that's
just
the
don't like
last.
this whole time. Motherfuckers act like Devin was the only nigga to ever go in there against roided up niggas. Niggas been going against roided up niggas since the beginning of the time in boxing. Like, that ain't, don't get it fucked up. It's wrong. It shouldn't be a part of boxing. That's why I advocate for it. That's why I think anybody that gets caught cheating ever in boxing, no matter if they are a trainer, if they are, if they associated with boxing in any way, they should be kicked out forever. But hey, that's just how I feel. You know, everybody else feel different. Devin and Bill said they feel like that, and then they do what they do. So,
So what
That
about? Did y'all
Russian
hear
dudes on
any?
some other. The Russians still on their 1980 steroids. That real shit. They get you really.
He on that shit that the bull was fighting Rocky. What's his name?
Yeah, he on that Ivan Drago shit. They got that pure that raw nigga. They got the raw that 1980s pure that super steroid. That shit that's that raw steroid. They ain't that modified
Shout out,
commercial shit they got now. They
shout
got
out,
that real shit.
Shout out Cameron Willis in the building. Shout out Boxing Guru 215. Shout out Cornelius Burnett.
Yeah, that's
But
hilarious.
man, we
Is
might
David
see Roy
Morrell gonna
and
be able to
Floyd.
duck a left hook, Two Cent? I just want to know.
We're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see.
Oh
We're gonna have to
man, I
see.
like fucking with y'all. I just like
But what
letting
y'all,
people talk.
did y'all hear anything about the 24/7 as far as the Brian Norman Devin Haney fight and Norman and 24/7
24/7.
testing?
Nah, I ain't heard anything
Man,
about
all
that.
that
What
shit gonna
happened?
be is Two Cent.
I just
All
heard
that shit
somebody.
gonna be with
I just
Two
heard
Cent.
somebody
All that shit
mention it.
gonna be is
They
Brian
were
Norman.
talking about Brian Norman doing 24/7 or something like that. I just wonder if y'all heard something. I just
You talk
had heard
about
a little whisper.
Man,
24/7 what? Drug testing?
Yeah, because Devin's enrolled in the 24/7 thing.
Is that Vada?
I,
So I guess he won't. Whoever he fight to be enrolled in it. I don't know. I
that's
just
something he
think I
gotta work
heard
out
something
before
about it.
y'all. Before see, this where Bill is such a fake ass nigga at, y'all. That's something you work out before you even sign the contract or announce the fight. So to try to get online and be like, yeah, I want to see if Brian Norman going to do it. Well, if it's not in his contract that they going to be getting VADA tested, then he don't got to do shit. He can use Wasada, he can use WADA. He don't have to. But Bill like to spin the narrative to motherfuckers who don't know shit. Like, no, Bill, is that in the contract where y'all go and both use VADA? If that's in there, but guess what? How I know that's not in there, because Bill wouldn't even be saying nothing if he
Hey,
was.
that shit on right now on 2 cents.
It's on what though? I'm not gonna be able to show it because they're gonna
You talking
copyright
about
my thing.
the press conference, the final press
But
conference?
I could pull it up though. We can
It's on
watch it as a group.
it's on Golden
You
Boy. I
got you
think
gotta make
it's
it black and white and do something different to it to
go
make
to
it different.
Turkey Out of Sheik ain't gonna do shit. Go to his thing. Turkey Out of Sheik.
Is it?
Rich, I don't know about that. I don't trust Turkey. Two Cent.
So what's gonna happen when Turkey
Turkey got
dies? How many
Turkey
years he
got a
got left?
YouTube page.
Yeah, Turkey.
You
It's on
told Teddy how
Turkey
many years
page.
Turkey got to live. You
Turkey
said he
Out of
had a
Sheik.
brain tumor.
Yeah,
No
he said
cap.
he's
You out
sick,
of
man.
pocket. You out of pocket. No cap.
He the one that brought it up. He said, "Yeah." I'm thinking like,
No,
how
you
much
out
can the
of
Turkey shit?
pocket, dog.
I ain't trying to wish death on the man. I just want to know.
This nigga, no
Nah,
cap, talking about how much time he got left before he died. This nigga, no cap, is different.
I'm just trying to see how I'm just trying to see how we can make this work. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to wish
No,
Devin
Say
anything.
shit.
no.
Nigga
Somebody
say
said he had a
shit.
terminal illness or something. So I remember they were saying that at the very, very beginning, but then I stopped hearing that.
Man, I hope all these fighters get the most money they can out of this guy.
It's not
Mhm.
him, Rich.
I,
It's really the Prince. We need to be thinking the Prince. Like we give
yeah.
Turkey
Even
all of this credit.
if it's the Prince, if it's whoever, I hope they all get the most money they can out of this guy and take care of their families, man. Because at the end of the day, when they leave boxing, ain't nobody gonna take care of them. I hope they all get paid off this guy, man.
Nah,
That's
nigga,
how I
nah,
look
run the
at it.
bag up. Run the bag up. But my thing is, Rich, everybody act like it's on Turkey. These are not Turkey decisions. The Prince and them, they may let Turkey govern it and run it how he want to. But the day that they say it's a wrap, that's why they call him your excellency. And it was funny because I was watching some and they was talking about the Prince, and that's what they call him. So I'm like, why the fuck is we keep calling Turkey that? That's not when Turkey's in Saudi Arabia, they don't call him your excellency. They call the prince that. That should be making me mad, Rich. Like it be
I,
shit like
only,
that,
hey,
dog.
look, I done heard people say that shit before. His ecstasy. I'm like, what the fuck? I think showbiz say that a lot, man.
No, Lil Wayne. I was watching Lil Wayne because Lil
His
Wayne said
ecstasy.
that the
Fuck out
Prince
here.
had asked Lil Wayne to come over there to do a performance, but Lil Wayne had all of this jewelry and the customs in Dubai. They had tried to take Lil Wayne jewelry and shit. So they said the Prince pulled up to the airport. Rich, you know he came deep and he started snapping like 25K. You talking about 25K? He said I give you gift more than 25K. He said what kind of Lambo you want? He was like, Black. He said it'll be at your front door next week. I'm sorry about this interruptance and all that. So that's what they call him. That's why I said that, y'all. Like, because when Lil Wayne said that's what they call the prince in Saudi Arabia, it'd be like, well, is Turkey and the prince? I don't know their religion and how that works. Like, is the prince dad? Like, do they got a king over there? Like, I don't know how it works over there. But I know Turkey don't run shit. Basically, what
I
I'm
think they
saying.
Yeah,
all be princes and
yeah,
stuff.
but
A lot of them.
I also seen that Turkey run like the
The military.
nah he run some shit about like all the shows, everything that get on
Yeah,
TV
no,
over
no,
Like
there.
no, Rich. He
entertainment
run that
ambassador.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he
heard
the
that he
ambassador.
ran that way before this shit even came around. So I
Yeah,
guess that's what he
but he
trying
run
to
the
bring over.
military too, Rich. That's why people say you gotta
Damn,
watch with Turkey. Turkey gangster. That's the part y'all don't
he
know.
run the
Like he do
military.
all. Yeah, he
This
run the
pussy looking
military
nigga.
over there. Bro, he not pussy, Rich. Rich, he not though. That nigga make something happen to you, man.
For
Facts,
real.
bro. Like for this ain't no game. Go over there playing. They got Turkey so gangster, yo. They got a section in the jail. What's it called, too? It's strictly for Turkey people who
Tutu
went
wing.
against your tutu
It's a
wing.
lot. It's a lot of sand over there. That's all I'm gonna say. A lot of
Hey,
sand.
Coach
I never
Eddie,
go to Saudi
chill.
Arabia. I know I'm gonna get my head chopped off. I'm gonna do something to get
Oh
my
no,
head chopped off if I go over
yeah,
there.
no,
That's
yeah,
why I ain't
yeah,
going
no,
over
no,
there.
no Kappa never come back. Me and no Kappa never be back. They have our asses.
They got too many rules for me. I'm
People
like,
wanted Deontay Wilder to act a fool on Tyson Fury over there. Hell no, they would have
Hell no, hell
locked
no,
Deontay Wilder. We'd have never seen him again.
Nah, that's why I can't. Yeah, you can't smoke no bud over there and shit. Like,
You
nah, I'm
can't drink,
cool.
right?
Now you could drink over there, but I don't think you can smoke because I seen Andrew Tate and them niggas drinking over there. So you gotta be able to drink. But you ain't allowed to smoke over there. I know that for a fact. So it's like, nah, I don't get that neither. Y'all the niggas who be let 'em on. That's a whole nother topic. Let 'em
Yeah, don't do that.
on.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I
Don't
ain't
do
gonna
that.
do that. That's a,
What up, Dodger? You back?
Yeah, I'm back. Y'all, but do y'all understand how Turkey them got in the power? Do y'all
Break it
understand
down.
what
Break it down.
they did a whole
family, the royal
coup?
family. He always been in power, wasn't he?
No, they did a whole coup to get this dude in there. He wasn't
To
the
get
successor. It was another one.
oh, was
Oh, they
another
took
dude,
over.
Dodger?
It was a coup that happened. Turkey
Damn.
What's
and the
that,
dude,
Dodger?
huh?
Dodger, what's a coup? I never heard that before. What's that?
That's like when
When
somebody
you
take
over,
over the government.
when you take
Okay,
over,
okay.
it was a whole man. If y'all go look this
That
boy,
nigga gangster, Dodger.
they some cutthroats over there, bro.
They don't give a fuck. Them
They
niggas
might
are man.
smell what them boys is problem.
Yeah, you
I
can't.
heard
Man,
that
Now,
they one of the princes
now,
black.
my
Their
cousin.
mama was a slave or some shit. Dog, they kidnapped. They made her a concubine. They did. The prince was like a half black and some shit.
man, you know how much
That's
shit
Saudi
going
Arabia,
on.
where the mother Arab.
Hey, Dondra, you know how much shit going on in America? Man, I ain't trying to hear that shit, man.
That is not the same
Bro,
thing,
bro,
Rich.
what
It's not
what
the
are you
same at
talking
all,
about?
bro. It's
What are
no
you talking
Man,
about?
comparison,
Do you
bro.
know what kind of coup they did? You know how many people? Man, never mind.
You cannot
You
compare
on that
Saudi
bull?
Arabia to America, bro.
Yeah,
You cannot.
you on something
I'm
different.
saying it's crazy
You,
over here. Believe it or not, other countries look at us crazy.
They
of
do,
course,
Rich.
bro, but we
You
not.
got
What
kids
what
dying every day over here, getting
what is
shot up
what
and
is
all
what?
that stuff. You got all types of stuff going on over here. Like we not gonna sit there and compare. They definitely fucked up over there, but it's fucked up over here where you live
Comparatively
at.
though, Rich. Comparatively though, Rich. Are you serious? Do you have any idea what goes on in Saudi Arabia? If you
What
tripping,
go and what
you
goes on
cannot.
over here? That's why I'm
We
asking you.
got a lot of
Oh,
freedom over here in America,
Nah,
man.
we
We got
that's
definitely
freedom
what
to
I'm
got the
act a
most.
saying.
fool,
Rich
man.
is tripping.
We
Rich,
got the
you
most
tripping.
freedom. We got the most freedom. But what
Exactly.
I'm saying, it's fucked up over here too.
We know
What
that,
does that
Rich.
got
It's
to
We
do
fucked
with
talk.
the
up
conversation we
everywhere.
having right now? Like, well, hold on. What in the whole conversation where we started comparing countries? We just saying how they got in charge. We ain't say nothing like it ain't bad over here. Like we ain't all black, or most majority of. I don't know everybody's race. I believe everybody's black. Like we don't know what it is over here, bro. We know what it
Yeah,
is.
but I'm not gonna be put in jail for my opinion. I'm not gonna be
Hold on now.
shot
Hold on now. Hold
because
on
you
now.
see what I'm saying? Like y'all
You say the
tripping,
wrong
bro.
thing, you going to jail
Shit.
now.
Man, I see. Yeah, people going to jail, man, over
And
here
a woman in
for
Saudi Arabia is
bullshit.
even worse.
But
Oh, you
it
a
is.
woman?
But it is. I'm just gonna say the things that they had to do to get in power is drastically. You would think it was in the 1960s, 1940s. You like, ain't no way they did that. Yeah, they overthrew. I'm talking about kidnapping, murder, stuff like
Murder,
that
yup.
happens, bro. Like it's
That's how
bloody.
America
Like,
was built, man.
so what do you? Why do you
Everything
have to
you
bring
saying
that
is
up?
how America
Did
was
you want to
built.
kiss Turkey's ass that bad that you had to
I
bring
don't fuck
America
with
up?
Turkey at all.
God damn, bro.
I'm just saying, don't compare another country to this. This country fucked up
We
too.
didn't. You did.
This shit fucked up.
You the one that brought it up.
You ever lived in
But
another
the thing
country,
is,
Rich?
we about to be fucked up, but we ain't fucked up yet.
Yeah,
Quite clear.
exactly. Come
No,
on,
no,
let us
no,
stay.
no. I'm just saying. I understand we got freedom, we
We
got
about to be
everything, but
fucked up though.
we look outside. We look at the shit that goes on in this country. It's fucked up too. Kidnapping, murder, all that stuff that you saying. All them people
Right, but
that
you gotta
getting
look how big
charged.
America is compared to other countries.
All them
America's still
crackers.
relatively
That's
safe
all them crackers
compared to a
that's in
lot of
that
these
White
other
House.
places.
All that stuff. They doing the
Right now.
same thing, man. They doing all types of crazy shit to get in position. That's what I'm saying.
But
Now, ain't
people ain't
nobody
getting their heads
denying
cut
that,
off.
though, Rich. Ain't
Yeah,
nobody denying that, Rich.
I'm gonna step outside my body and look, and it's fucked up. They doing a lot of fucked up shit too, man.
Rich,
Again,
we
Rick.
black.
What
Rich, we
did that
black
have to do
people
with
in
anything?
America. We know that we the fucked up shit that they did. Rich, you ain't gotta tell black people in America that. Rich, we
Yeah,
are the fucked up shit they did, sir.
yeah,
Yeah, but that don't.
You like
But that's
exactly.
what I'm
slavery,
saying.
Jim Crow, civil
That's
rights.
but all I'm saying is
Like we
I
know
can't.
that.
All
That
I'm
don't
saying is I
mean that
can't
don't mean
judge.
Turkey. Hold on,
I
time out.
can't
That don't
judge
mean
when
no. Yes, you
shit
can.
going on the
That
same
don't
thing
mean
out here.
Turkey cool because fucked up shit going on over
I never
here.
said he was
It's
cool.
completely different. It's a completely different things that you're trying to compare. It's fucked up everywhere. There's nowhere that is not fucked up. So
But they
that argument
dictatorship
is
over
null
there.
and
That's
void.
the thing.
They're
We ain't dictator.
dictators over
They
there.
try to do
You
that
can't even
dictatorship.
think how you want to think. You can't
You
even
gotta
say
hold
what you
his
want to say.
hand, too, sir.
You can't do none of that over there.
You gotta hold his hand. I'm not holding no grown ass man hand. I don't give a fuck.
So that's all I'm trying to say is that that's their, you know what I'm saying, that's their politics and stuff over there. It's different than over here.
Y'all boxers so tough and y'all holding niggas' hands.
They said the world is a ghetto. That's what they said. The world is a ghetto.
These motherfuckers
Absolutely.
want to be around the
Absolutely.
king. Turkey the king.
That's why the aliens ride by and came by yet because we so goddamn ghetto down here, man.
Yo,
They don't need
Dondre,
Man,
to
them
know.
aliens is
Dondre,
real, dog. Somebody see one of them bitches in Vegas in his backyard. This shit was crazy. That shit was a real
we
video.
aliens, y'all. We the aliens.
That motherfucker came out. He tried to escape Area
That's a
51
whole
or some
nother.
shit.
That's a whole nother conversation. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
I
This
just
this
tell
this
niggas
is
this.
not ghetto over here.
Go ahead, Coach
Ghetto
A.
was ghetto was Nazi Germany. That's where the term came from.
Facts,
You know,
facts.
but so this is not a ghetto. Even the people that we can, I don't know, ghetto back when I was younger, it was a place. It was a place. It wasn't a mentality.
The
You know what I'm
slums
saying?
of
Now it's a
Italy.
mentality, but a ghetto was the place that you were trying to get out of. You know what I'm you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So
The
now, but now
world
it's
is
you
a
got people
ghetto.
who are
That song.
who are millionaires who want to quote unquote act ghetto or whatever, which I don't even know what the heck that means, but ghetto.
Act
I
bl-
mean, I say it's just different, man. I don't know. It's a term now that people don't really know what it
See, don't no,
means.
no,
The
no,
term
Coach A. You know
ghetto.
the problem is everybody want to act black, but don't want to be black. That's the problem. Everybody loves our culture, from our sports to put it like this: ain't nothing in America really popping unless black people like it or make it popping. To be real. You see what I'm saying? That's why Skechers got Snoop Dogg trying to do commercials. Let's be honest, y'all. But the problem is, that's a fact. That's a fact. The problem
Bro,
is,
I ain't
though,
never wore a pair of
everybody want to
Skechers in my
be
life.
black. Everybody want to be black, but they don't want to be black. And you know how you know this, y'all? It's this lady, this college professor, white lady, older white lady, and she was teaching. I think it's like I forget what type of social type of class in college or whatever. And it was a bunch of white kids in the class, and she said, "Okay, do y'all know that do y'all think black people go through certain things in America, blah blah blah. Certain people was arguing against this, certain people was like y'all know any conversation. Then the white lady said, y'all, she said, now raise your hand if you would want to be treated how black people are treated in America. Raise your hand right now if you would switch places right now. Would you want to be treated how black people is treated in America, y'all? Not one white person raised their hand. And she says, you see? So y'all know y'all don't want to be black people. And y'all acknowledging that y'all know something is going on clearly. It's why you wouldn't want to get treated like they do. But we sit back and we say nothing and we let it continue to happen. Everybody want to be black until it's time to be black. From the clothes to the style to the dressing to what we do even in this frame. Everybody want to talk about Shakur Stevenson got Mike Coppinger is asking Shakur Stevenson questions that he hear from YouTube panels from us.
Yep.
You know, like,
Yep.
is you gonna go to PBC and make the fight happen? Where you think he got that question from? Who you think he was listening to to ask Shakur certain questions? So that just be my whole thing. Everybody love us, but they don't want to be us. They want to be like
Look,
us.
Egg about to come out. I want to see what he do. He said he got a surprise for Oscar.
That
Yeah,
nigga
that
ain't gonna
fool
do
ain't gonna
shit.
do
He
nothing.
said he got
It could
something.
be
Gonna do shit. Niggas
it
in
could
New
going to
York, that
sleep,
nigga
man.
not.
So he got on
Oh,
a leather jacket with no shirt.
man, he on that
He,
village people shit.
he
He
Puerto
on that
Rican
What's up,
Oscar
too,
De La
Mr.
man.
Hoya
Greg?
right now, man. He got some of that Oscar De La Hoya in his nose right now.
Shout out, Mr. Greg. What's up, Mr.
Hey,
Greg?
how
What
y'all
you got for
doing?
the show?
I just came in at the tail end when y'all were talking about what's going on a little bit over in Saudi Arabia, and you was talking about the different cultures and what is and what isn't. I was going to say, for all of us on here besides 2 Cent, if we were over there, we would all be in trouble.
Facts.
Unless 2 Cent had somebody who was actually her brother or was related to us, she couldn't even be in the same space with us.
What?
Hmm. There's certain things that women are not allowed to do. They out. If you ever notice, Muslim women are never out by themselves. They're usually with each other, and if there is a man around them, he is related. He is not
Mhm.
like some dude she done met, at the club or something like that. And while we're having these conversations, and some of the conversations, all the conversations are good and serious and so forth, she would not be allowed to be in this conversation. And if she was in a room, Supreme or Dean better be her brother, because the rest of us would be in trouble too. And in some cases, she could get arrested and we could get arrested. So
That's crazy.
you have all of those elements in a lot of the Muslim countries. Not every, some are a little more relaxed than others, but in Saudi Arabia, And remember, there's a Sharia law that they have to abide by as well. So I heard what Rich said that there's some messed up things over. It is, but there's no other country that you really wanted to live your life in than here, even though it's some problems, because there are some better solutions than there are over there. So you gotta look at, how those cultures are. I mean, it might look better because you're dealing with the own issues here, but you go over there, would any of us want to be in Gaza right now?
No.
No.
Hell no.
And I
Hell no.
still have two friends that they can't find right now over there. That's why I was real enraged when this stuff started again. But we wouldn't want to be over there. We wouldn't want to be over in Iran. We wouldn't want to be in Afghanistan. I mean, there's
Nope.
a lot of countries that look good if you watch the way they're being presented on TV, or you hear some people who are upset about what's going on over there, and they have every right to be that way. But we got to always look at the global picture. And one other thing, a lot of the stuff that they're doing over there, guess where they learned it from? Right over here, our
Yep.
government, our military. So even some of the cartels, the things that they do, guess where they learned that from? Us. Well, our country, our military, and our government. So they perfected some of the stuff that's happening over there, and we are appalled by, that we're scared of. Some of the cultures, of course, the religion, the government, the different warring factions. We are never going to conquer and I won't say civilize. We'll never have control of the Middle East. That's why I'm 16, almost 69 now. Before I was born, the Western world has tried to dominate and structure the Middle East in the way that they want it to be. Has never happened.
Mr. Greg, you said you about to be 69?
Yes, I'll be 69 in August.
Mr. Greg, what you be eating? Mr. Greg, I swear to God, I thought you was like early 50s. I'm not lying, Mr. Greg. I swear to God, I thought you was, and that's only because of the gray.
Yeah.
Mr. Greg, what you be eating?
I was born in 1956, August 20th.
Hey,
Damn,
Mr. Greg.
Mr. Greg.
Hey, Mr. Greg.
Yeah.
Hey, you going to the fight on the Rose Crawl?
Yes.
Rose Crawl fight. You going on the 26th, right?
Yep.
You going there?
I'll be there. Let me know. I'll look for you when you're up there.
You probably know my folks that be up there. You heard of Linwood Gray?
I know the name.
He owned a couple clubs and stuff like that. He just came home.
Okay. He knows Ty and Eddie and all them from the Madness.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I think I know who he is.
All right.
That's how far back I go. I go back as far as the Blackwells. I don't know. Did you know them?
Blackwells?
Yeah.
Yeah, heard. I ain't know them though.
That's right, because you're much younger. Yeah. But yeah, I go that far back. But your question, Dean, I'm not eating anything special. I think probably one of the things that, and I didn't even know I was doing it when I was a teenager, is how I eat. I've always fasted, but I didn't know I was fasting. What I did was I only a lot of times, even to this day, I may only eat once a day, or sometimes some days I only have juices. But that was just
Me too, Mr. Greg.
Huh?
I said me too. I can't eat in the morning. Like I've never been a breakfast person. Like I just, like you said, I've been doing that not knowing.
Yeah, I just didn't know. I mean, and I'm from a large family. 4 of my siblings are gone now, but I'm from a large family, and it's so funny. My mother used to think I was eating somewhere else. As I got older, my wife think it's weird that I eat, and we've been married now 38 years. Think it's weird that I only eat like I do. But back then, that probably helped. And then I was always somewhat athletic. I boxed a little bit. I was into gymnastics and swimming. I took dance and things like that. So that's kind of helped me. But, there's still going to be some issues. I mean, I still got injured and had to have operations and stuff. But for the most part.
Mr. Greg, that's crazy. You've been married longer than I've been alive.
Yeah, I got married in 1988.
That's just crazy to me. Like, that's
I
what's up
did.
with Mr. Greg. You look
I,
like for your age, Mr. Greg, I would have never thought that. Like, I know
I
people say that,
appreciate
but
that.
I wouldn't have thought that, Mr. Greg, at all. Like
Yeah,
at all.
I've done a whole lot out here, man, and I'm lucky to still be here at
Like
some
Mr.
point.
Greg, you still spry. Like you still got like a real young spirit. Like you be on here with us. Like
Yeah, yeah,
Every day, every
every
day.
day, like real rap. Like I just pray and hope I'm still like this at 70. Like I hope I'm still talking my ish. I hope I'm still dressing fly. I'm not wearing my pants tucked in, Mr.
yeah,
Greg.
yeah.
That
I
ain't gonna
get it.
never happen. I'm gonna still be in Timberlands and ripped jeans. I promise you. Like
You
it's
know what's
like
funny about the Tims when they started being a popular from the younger guys? When I was a teenager, Tims was out then, but we called them hustler boots. So
okay.
funny that so many things that's in fashion and other things too will still come full circle. But you gotta, if I could say anything, you have to stay abreast of what's happening in the world around you, even as you get older. You're gonna have like you got daughters, you got sons, you're gonna have nephews, grandsons, and so forth. In order to be able to communicate with them and know what's going on, you need to be understanding how they talk, what they do, how they
Right.
do it, and why they do it and things of that nature. And that's how you also keep yourself going forward because you got to live with them too until your day comes. So I like talking. I always liked talking about different things, and boxing has just happened to be one of it. And I see that y'all are very on it. I said, let me get in here with them and share whatever I got that they may not be aware of or have not thought about much of.
Mr.
But
It's
Greg, you done
always
put
a
me on a
great
lot of game.
addition. It's a great addition to the panels because now we can be like, oh, you can point to other instances and times, and you know what I'm saying. It's just
right,
great to have somebody with that knowledge
yeah, and
of
you and
boxing
what you
and
learn
that
is
was actually there. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. And what you kind of learn is that there's not really too many brand new things. They're just been repackaged when it comes your way. Um,
Right, right.
like the stuff with boxing, you still see us. You know, well, I'll always say I saw this happen before, but it just happened this way and so forth. But yeah, when I get it, this platform, these platforms, being able to go on the internet and be able to exchange ideas and talk to people from different parts of the world wasn't available when I was a teenager, even in my 20s, even and to some degree, not even in the 30s. It didn't start becoming more and more prevalent until you get into the 40s, and now it's developed so well that everybody can come on different platforms and talk. Some people can do their own show. Some people can make a great living, but a lot of that stuff wasn't available then as technology speeded up. Some of the technology was always there. They just didn't know how to use it. Now,
Yeah.
Right, right.
now,
So let me ask you a question, Mr. Greg.
uh-huh.
Just to switch gears real quick. Who you got for the fight on Saturday?
Two-Cent always with the
I
bullshit.
know, because she know I've been stalling on Shakur. I tell you this, 2 Cent. I don't think Belanga's winning. That's one.
Really? Okay.
And for Shakur, I think Shakur is not going to be. It's going to be disappointing. That's how I see it right now.
Damn.
Mm. But he wins?
Dang.
I won't say that he's going to win or lose. I'll just say I think he'll be disappointing. I don't get. I don't. I don't get that certain special feeling from him. I get that he's very talented. I see that. I get that he talks the talk, but there's that X factor isn't there. Same
Like
thing.
that.
Hmm?
You mean that mean streak that Bud got? Like, no matter what you think about Bud, you know Bud mean. You know,
I,
even if he's delusional on what he says, he believes what he says.
yeah, Bud is mean. Bud has talent, and it's one other thing. He has that burning desire inside of him, and you can see it where he'll take chances even when he don't know what he was doing. He'll
Mhm.
still do it because he believes it. That's how he got into the situation where he was trying to talk to Al Heyman. That's how he got into the talking and not knowing that he should shut up. But he believes what he was doing, and he still dared to do it. And I don't see that kind of attitude. I don't see that kind of fire from Shakur. That's just my feeling about him. I don't dislike him. I just don't see that extra specialness. And I hope that one day that I'm wrong. Maybe at this fight I'll be proven to be wrong, but that's how I think. I think he's going to be disappointing.
Now,
Ooh.
when you say that, Mr. Greg, disappointed from how? Like you don't think he's going to perform that well? Like
Correct. I think
okay.
he won't. He won't. He's not. He has. I think he has the ability to perform at a greater level than we've seen, even if the competition wasn't as great as we want it to be. I believe he has that ability, but I think, like so many other fighters today, they've fallen into that just do enough to get a little,
Mm-hmm.
just do enough because they already guaranteed you X amount of dollars and just move to the next one. I don't see that they talk that they want to be these superstars, that they want to be the best that there is, and so forth and so on. But I never see any indication. I shouldn't say I never. I don't see any indications that they're making the moves to be that. There's things they can still do, even though it might be somewhat old school to them. But there are many things they can do to get our attention, to make us think that there's something special. I don't think any of them have become something special.
Mm. Damn. Okay, I feel it, Mr. Greg. I can't exactly when you say that about Shakur, that's one of my biggest gripes with him. Like he ain't got. I just need to see that killer, man. I just need to see that. I'm about to get in here and dog walk your ass. Not give you a boxing lesson. Nah, that's too that'd be too nice. I'm about to go in here and put belt to all ass. Like I
Mm-hmm.
need to see that from Shakur.
Yeah, I wish we could see that. I mean, we've seen some good. I know if y'all look back at some at older fights, and I'm not even talking about in the heavyweight division. I know y'all have seen the fights between Barrera and Morales. Those are small guys. They got down. I've
Yeah, he did.
seen the fight between the fights between Hamed and Barrera, Hamed and Morales, Hamed and Mark. All of those fights are the smaller guys. They showed you something that made you want to go and see their fights.
Amanda
I'm just talking
Serrano
about
and
the
Katie
fighter.
Taylor the first time.
Huh?
I said Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor the first time. Like
Yeah,
they was going, you feel
yeah.
me? Like
And I know that she got in my opinion, she got somewhat taken. Got robbed a little bit.
mm-hmm.
But
Me
I
too.
want to see the third fight. I thought both of the fights were enough that I would want to see the third fight. And she may get robbed or she may get decisively beaten again. But I want to see it. I don't think I'll get robbed of my time or whatever money I'll have to spend if it's pay-per-view. And that's the difference. When you don't mind spending money on something because you get your money, in your opinion, you get your money's worth. That's all that matters. We got the 3 rounds with, so for instance, we talk about older fights, Hearns and Hagler. I was at the fight. We got 3 rounds. So
Mr.
what?
Greg, you a gangster. You was at the fight. Like that's what's
I was
up.
at hey, my wife was standing up on the table. I had to pull her down.
She was more excited than you.
Yeah, 'cause I used to take her to the fights. She watched me spar a little bit one time, and she asked me don't spar no more because she thought I was gonna get eventually hurt. And I wasn't trying to, go back in the ring and try to be a professional. That was never gonna happen. I wanted to do too much. But I used to go to the fights. This fight game has been good for us, all of us,
Yes.
in a lot of ways. A lot of guys especially in the older days, are still alive because it was a lot of gyms that they could go into and learn this craft. Some of them were going to become just aides to trainers and stuff like that. But it was an outlet. A lot of guys pulled themselves up for a short period of time. A lot of them, at least from my era, got robbed of all
Hey,
their,
this
the
nigga.
riches. But today, I'm happy to see these guys getting the money that they're getting. I'm just sad that we're not getting the kind of excitement and performances that I'm used to seeing. But all things change. They evolve into something, and they don't always evolve into something greater. Sometimes they evolve into something softer or more gentler. And boxing is very gentle now.
Yeah.
You say it's gentle.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
It's gentle now. You see more fighting on the internet with their back and forth than you see what they do in the ring. You see
When they actually go in the ring,
they get
yeah.
in the ring, it's a whole different story most of the time. You don't see those wars that you used to see, and you don't want again, you don't want to see nobody in the hospital and can't walk now, but you do end up seeing it sometime. But you don't even see any way that's going to happen in these fights that we are seeing in the last couple of years.
I think they see a lot of these older fighters how they ended up, and they don't want
Yeah,
to be like.
that's exactly what it really is. They see a lot of older fighters sometimes are physically impaired, but what they see more of is that they don't have any money. That's what they seeing mostly. And those stories are so vast that that's why they're trying to hurry up and get into multi-million-dollar fights before they actually are ready, but they get them, and that's great. But that's why they want to keep on getting those fights without taking the bigger risk. And it's always going to be a risk in the ring, regardless of who it is. But
Hey, look, hey, y'all look at the weigh.
are they weighing in?
Hey, you can't play that on here, bro. You gotta mute. They gonna copyright my shit.
Oh, we don't want that to happen to you, 2 cents.
Who we got on the phone? Yeah, for sure. Cause y'all sure ain't hit the super chats or the cash app. Come on, y'all support the channel if you're enjoying the content. At the very least, make sure you punch that like and subscribe button. Who he on the phone with, Rich?
I don't know. This is funny though, man.
Well, where are y'all at work right now?
Nah, I'm not at work. I'm at the crib.
I'm
Okay.
at work.
Okay. Because see, I work from home when I'm going to work. I'm getting to the point where I don't feel like selling nothing. So, um,
I'm I'm on vacation right now
oh great. How long you gonna be on vacation?
to the end of August.
Oh, all right, sis. That's good vacation.
You a
Yep.
school teacher?
I work in the school district.
Okay, cause both of my sisters they work for the schools. That's why you said to August. I think you must be in school.
Is that Coach Eddie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, sir. How you doing, brother? How you
Okay,
doing, Mr. Greg?
right.
Uh,
You still training fighters?
oh yeah, I still do. Yes, yeah. I got my own gym. I had my own gym for about 15 years now, so I'm still working with guys, man.
You got any prospects?
Yeah, I got one kid, man. Hopefully we gonna see him one day on the screen, man. His name is Tony Patton. He's 21 years old. So I had him since he was 8. So he's
Oh,
doing pretty good. We're supposed to be putting him in camp with Brian Norman. I said Junior. I kind of give him an audition, see if they can use him for the camp or not. So I
uh-huh.
hope he goes in there, put his best foot forward, and get a chance what he's looking for. You know what I'm saying? So he can use him. A lot of times that's how you get your make your bones in sparring. But we
Right.
ain't gonna be like a lot of these guys going there, telling what happened in sparring. I'm just gonna be professional. You know what I'm saying? And go there and do our job. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, if they want to use us again, or maybe they might look out for us one day. Maybe put us on a card or something, or just help us in this business. Because you need help in this business, man. You can't do it
Yeah,
by yourself, man.
it's a team,
You need,
effort. Have you
yeah,
seen
you
that
need.
they just put out just leaked a tape of Terrence Crawford when he was at 135 and a sparring session with what's his last name? Adamas, I believe his last name is. He's now
Oh,
middleweight.
yeah, I seen that. That's good work. That was good work by both guys, man.
Yeah, it was. It was. And they leaked that because I guess they were whoever leaked it was trying to show a comparison of Terrence being small and Canelo being large. But if that's what they was going to show, then they didn't prove the point I think they was trying to prove. But people be trying to do all different kind of things. And I wanted to ask you 2 cents: are the Grady twins still at the gym where your sons train at?
So they came to sport one time and he got beat up and got mad. So
Oh, really? So are they from Texas?
No,
Okay.
I don't know if they're originally from here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was wondering what was going on with them because I first saw them when they was much younger when they was on E.
They turned pro. I think they might have had like maybe a pro fight or two. I'm not sure, but
Oh, okay.
they professionals now.
I was always wondering what was going to become of them, whether they were going to go somewhere, become prospects, but I hadn't heard nothing. So that's why I knew that you said they were in your gym at one point. But that's what fighters used to do too at one point. I'm glad they went to other gyms to get some work because that's what I was talking about earlier when we were talking about being in gyms. When Roy Jones used to come down here to be in the gym in the camp with Ray Leonard. When Purnell had Mayweather and Zab in his camp. So a lot of those guys that went on to actually be someone was in camps with guys who was already there. And that's another thing you don't see enough of either. I think I even mentioned that when Larry Holmes was the principal sparring partner for Ali. Those guys was getting sharped up good. And you saw what those experiences were when they became professionals. You just, and I would like to have seen that with Shakur. And I know we're not talking about any particular fighter, but all the rest of them, so I won't mention their names. But I would love to have seen that they was getting that kind of work too. Even if they have, interfering factors in their own camp, that they get developed that way outside the ring and in camp. And then we would see better performances when they actually fight. Such when they get in trouble, we see what their real resolve was because they were in camp having that happen to them and they was overcoming it and finding ways to psychologically be prepared and physically master it. But I mean that's my only complaint about fighters today is that they're not being developed as well as they should be. I'm not saying they're not getting good work.
Well, from my observations, they they not letting them really like they don't really from what I've seen. Maybe I need to get in different spaces, but they don't really let them challenge themselves like that. Like they protecting them, and I mean, I guess you don't want to have your fighter,
Hey, y'all looking at this?
get done too
Hey,
bad.
look
You
at
know what I'm
this shit.
saying? Hold on, Mr. Shelton. What you got for the show? You
He
fresh up
throwing
here?
money at Oscar De La Hoya, man.
Yeah,
That
I
sounds
just
like
tuned in. I was out taking care of some business.
hey,
What
Mr. Shelton.
what you guys? Hey, what's up, Mr. Greg? How you doing, sir? What you guys talking about?
Alonga talking crazy to Oscar, bro.
Man, what's wrong with Belonga? Why he so
Man,
mad at Oscar? He's tripping.
Oh, y'all watching the press conference?
Belanga pulled out the wig and the
Hold on, I gotta put
thong
my
that Oscar
headphones
was
in.
wearing. Start throwing money
Y'all
on
watching
that
the press
nigga.
conference? Is
Oscar
that what y'all
mad as
doing?
hell right now.
No, that's
Yeah,
Rich.
got they Shakur and Edgar acting up at the press conference. They acting up right now, man.
Well, let's see if they're gonna act up tomorrow. I don't really care about today. They're gonna act up Saturday. I mean.
Mr. Shelton funny.
I don't give a damn about today. What they gonna do Saturday?
Belanga sometimes reminds me of I can't think of his name right now. His name starts with an M.
Let's go over here. Turned up.
So Oscar ready to fight too now?
Oh, you think Berlanga reminds you of Mayorga?
Mayorga,
Yeah.
yeah.
I hope he ain't. I hope he don't turn out to be as chinny as Mayorga.
No, I hope not. But Mayorga certainly made the press conferences and his fights interesting and fun to watch.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I just don't think that Berlanga got the skill set to beat this guy.
No, I don't think he's winning.
But y'all gotta keep
I think
in mind
Berlanga's winning. I think Berlanga's winning. I don't know why. I got a weird with. I think Berlanga's gonna win and
Berlanga's
Shakur
feet
gonna
is
lose.
stuck in the mud, man. Berlanga fight like he got 2 cement blocks on his feet.
Oh, he pulled up. He run up on Oscar now. He gonna do. Man, Berlanga like that little
He ain't gonna do
security guard to
shit.
stop him.
He ain't gonna do nothing. He know better than touch Oscar.
Trying to come back to.
He ain't gonna do nothing. He gonna talk all that stuff to promote the fight, which is cool. I mean, it's entertaining, but he ain't gonna do shit.
Have y'all seen Ricky
Oscar even hospital promoter?
Hey, 2 Cent.
Huh?
Did you see that Ricky Hatton trying to do a comeback?
Yeah, we were just talking about that earlier.
I
All these
know.
old dudes coming back, and we were talking about Floyd and Roy. Go ahead and make that fight.
Oh, and you saw
I
the
Floyd,
played
little
the
dust up
call out.
between the two, and Roy called him out, talking about, well, you
Yeah,
think you can beat me? Come on.
I played the call out earlier.
Roy's like 200 pounds. Why would Floyd even is considered that? Roy too big. Roy too big.
Man, they both old. They both old.
that's old people.
Yeah,
So
Roy's 200 pounds. Roy like 54. Roy's like, what, 49, 48?
Man, I tell y'all one thing, Shakur and Belanga better back their word up, man. I tell y'all
You know
one
that ain't
thing.
about to happen. Belanga ain't about to do shit, and Shakur about to fucking.
They better
He gonna
back
beat
their
Zepeda.
word up for real.
Man, they
Shakur
only
about to
lost
beat the
one
brakes and rollers off this
team.
dude, man. This dude
Man,
is
that
not
boy
that
acting a
good.
fool out there.
who
I
else
ain't
is
acting
on
like
that?
this.
Who else is on that card? Is that card on? That card is on the zone, correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on the zone.
Yes, it's his own
It's
card. Yeah.
Alberto Puello, Matias, Shakur Zepeda, Berlanga Sherez, and is that it?
Hey, that fight might steal the show too, son.
David Morrell too.
Puello
David
Matias
Morrell.
fight might steal the whole show.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good fight.
That's gonna be a good fight. That's gonna be a good fight.
Rich, did you say
I don't
Morel is
think
on that
I
fight?
love me some
Yeah, David
Matias.
Morrell.
I
David
love
Morrell on that.
Matias.
Okay.
Oh, he fighting a bum though. If he even fighting, because the bum he was supposed to fight tested positive, so they got to
Now
find him a
Katiev
opponent.
ain't no bum. He ain't no bum. Now he might have popped, but he ain't no bum.
Well, he was gonna get beat up by Morrell. I ain't never heard of the dude. I never seen him fight. He was
That
gonna get
don't
his
mean he a
ass whooped.
bum, Mr. Shelton.
Hey, you know what's
He's a
funny
bum.
though? You know what's funny? The last fight that David Morrell fought, not the one David Benavidez when he first moved up, he looked
Yeah.
average. He didn't look like how he looked when he was at 168. Same with David Benavidez.
Oh, you mean when he fought in LA? Yeah, I was at that
When
fight.
David
I was at
Benavidez
that
fought
fight.
that
Yeah.
one guy, when David Benavidez fought that one guy that was before Morrell, he looked good. Don't get it fucked up, but
Bosdick.
they didn't
And he
look
fought Bosdick.
they didn't look elite. So when you fighting people that's naturally at these weight classes and stuff like that,
Well, they gotta acclimate to the weight.
it should
They
turn
gotta
out
And you
to be a
got to
good fight.
remember that Bosdick is a world
You gotta
champion. So
acclimate,
Bosdick
Rich.
wasn't no regular dude.
And let me
Yeah,
say this too, because hold on, Rich, because you're making a good point. They need to be able to acclimate to that weight, so then they can, get used to fighting guys at that weight. That's
so
why I
that's
don't
why.
understand why y'all think Terrence Crawford finna jump up to 68 and with no acclimation and just
Nah,
be
that's
the
why I
best
think that
fighter ever.
David Benavidez, that fight that he getting into ain't no easy fight for him. All that stuff like we want to see him fight Bevo. He probably do need to fight this guy first because Bevo a different breed, man.
It's
I think
not
Benavidez
that
can
it's gonna
beat
be
them
easy. This
Mexican
fight's gonna
balls.
be tough. The first 3-4 rounds is gonna be tough. Maybe the first 5 rounds, but Anthony Yard gasses out. He's gassed out in every fight you see him in.
Ain't nobody beat Benavidez at 75.
So, if Anthony Yard don't do something in the first 3-4 rounds, this fight is over.
Yeah,
I think Anthony Yard about to get destroyed. He's about to get beat down.
I ain't never seen.
Nah, I think y'all gonna be. I think it's gonna be a good fight.
I ain't never seen nobody that David Benavidez destroyed at
And you
175.
gotta
So I
mute,
can't
you
say
gotta
that.
turn that down in the back. Whoever got the press
You heard
conference
me?
thing.
He just got
What
beat
you
him.
say?
I said I ain't never seen David Benavidez destroy nobody at 175. So
You
until I
only
see
seen
him
him
do
fight
that.
twice at 175. What are you talking about?
All right then. So that's why I'm not gonna sit there and say he could beat anybody, destroy anybody at 175.
Okay.
If he ain't even
Well,
destroyed
I
the
think
first
he's
two
gonna
people he
destroy
fought at
Yard.
175.
If Yard don't catch him in the first 4 or 5 rounds, and
Gasses
Yard gets
out.
tired
He's
like he
done.
always
Yard
does,
be
he gonna
done
get
by
beat
the
up.
end of the fight. He's gonna get beat the fuck up, bro.
Everybody Benavidez fight get a beating, dog. I ain't seen him fight nobody that just got out there and they were straight. Like,
I think y'all gonna give him some work. Y'all gonna be hitting with them body shots. That's gonna break Benavidez down.
We'll
Gonna give him
see.
some work.
We gonna definitely find out. I'll tell you that. We definitely gonna find out.
We
Hey,
definitely gonna see.
hey, look, this is another thing. Was David Benavidez a weight bully at 168?
Yeah.
Nope. He made the weight.
See what I'm saying?
I say he was because he was.
He made the weight.
That's what I say. The same thing. If you make the weight, you're not a weight bully. But people say otherwise. So was he a weight bully?
You make the weight, you just
People
made
can
the
say
weight.
what they want. What matters
Weight
is
bully
when the
for
fight
you.
happens.
You coming in at
You
cruiserweight
can
at
say
6'4",
whatever.
you weight bully. You coming
David
in
was
at
always
cruiserweight
a big
at 6'.
boy.
Why you think Canelo does
David
that?
was
See,
what
why
was a
fight that big
heavyweight. They was
motherfucker?
walking around at heavyweight. Yeah, he was a
Canelo
weight
was probably
bully.
75 and don't want to fight Benavidez.
But he was
Yeah,
always a
he's
big
big
boy.
as fuck for big.
I know.
He went in the gym with the idea of
Nah.
losing weight when he first got started because he was a chubby kid.
Greg. I'm saying this because I said if you make weight, I don't consider you a weight bully.
Oh no, I agree with you.
And other people said they just know people body types, body structures, so that makes them a weight bully because they know their structures and they seen them
weight
walk
bully
around
is
at a
somebody
certain
that
weight.
cut down weight to get an advantage.
If you make
That's
the
it.
weight, you good.
Thank you. That's why I thought.
Sometimes you're just a big guy. Like that's why I was saying with David Benavidez, he's always just been big. He tried to get down and weight, which is why he started boxing in the first place. Because
He missed weight too. He missed weight. He lost his belt on the scale.
I thought it was because of the cocaine.
No, he lost his belt the first time because of coke. The second time it was in COVID. He lost it on the scale. He didn't make weight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he definitely was a weight bully, and he still went back to 168 after he lost weight. I mean, after he missed weight.
Benavidez can fight a heavyweight.
I don't believe in that shit. Weight bully, because they both got to make weight and they both can rehydrate. So I don't believe in that weight bully shit.
But if you good at cutting weight, you get an advantage.
Yeah, weight is it just depends on where the weight falls at and who you are. And when I heard 2 Cent talking about Bud going up to 168. Well, I go back to when Ray went up to 175 that one time. He got pieced up if you watch the fight, the first half of the fight. But you saw what the end of the fight made because he believed in himself like that. And Bud has that same kind of belief. I'll say that. Now,
and Donnie Lalonde got tired, Greg. Donnie Lalonde got tired.
That's true too. But Donnie Lalonde couldn't finish him, but he could have finished him because he had
Ray hurt. He had Ray hurt. He had him hurt.
I said he had him hurt. He had him down. Had him on the canvas. But it depends on what's inside of you that makes you get back up to win. And that's the kind of thing you look for in fighters. Ray had it in him. So, when I think about that, okay, you're going to go up to 175 or 147. Everybody, listen, when Ray was going to fight Hagler, everybody thought he was crazy. So that was just at 160.
I thought he was going to get killed, and I still think he lost.
That's what most people were saying. He's going to get killed.
Coming out of retirement, though.
Man, that nigga, hey, Sugar Ray made the ring bigger. He did all types of stuff. He was definitely the A side on that fight. He did.
Where he was always the A side, that was the thing.
Hey, Greg, right after that shit, I seen them two in the gym, right? I seen a video of them in the gym, and he said, Marv Hagler wanted that fight to happen. He said, nah, let's both get tune-ups. See, I like Ray because he kept it real. I said we both should just get tune-ups before we fight again. I got that shit was all right.
Yeah,
you got to remember though, in 1986, Ray was the A side to everybody.
Yeah, but that's when you become special. If you're a special fighter, but he had to always prove he was a special fighter too. You just don't give it. They don't just give it to you. You earn it. So those are good. I wish he had those days again, to be quite honest. I know you're trying to get off too, so I'm gonna stop.
What? Oh no, go ahead. You can finish.
Oh no, I thought you Gary said it's time to go. But when somebody could become that if they really wanted to, if they really had it in, and the people around them would at least be 100% supportive, and then you have a couple of other guys who wanted to do the same thing, as opposed to just getting some money as easy as possible. And right now, with Turkey being in the game for a short period of time, everybody gonna, and I done said it before many times, everybody gonna run over there and try to get as much of that money as they can. Even the promoters are running over there trying to get as much of that money as they can because they know it's coming to an end. But they're gonna keep doing it until that is sorted out, it's lined up properly. We're gonna keep seeing guys, that we want to see them do something more, go for the bigger dollars and the easier dollars. It makes sense, they can talk. They haven't gotten put in the hospital for nothing. Some of them done got suspended for being stupid, but other than that, ain't nobody badly injured, slurring their words. You know,
You know what trips me out though, Greg? It trips me out when you hear these fighters today talking about getting money. When Ray and them was getting that kind of money way back then.
But they earned it. That's the whole thing. And
that's the difference. They had to earn the way to that spot. Because people don't it's like the Marvin Hagler fight. Ray took a flat fee of $12 million in that fight. He gave Marvin $12 million plus all of the pay-per-view. Marvin made $19 million.
What he actually did
was, in exchange for that, Ray got to pick the ring, and Ray got to pick the 12 rounds instead of 15.
That's how Marvin
that was exchange. That was change off.
Because he gave Marvin $1 million for each for those $1 million each for each round that they shaved off, which was the 3 rounds, because it was supposed to have been 15 rounds. But Ray outsmarted Hagler all the way around. He didn't physically dominate at all, but he outsmarted him, because that's what the fight game is also is. Not just about how fast, how sharp, how hard you hit. It's also how smart you are. And Ray was very smart outside of the ring. Marvin was mad about this before the fight even got started. Not mad because because of the concessions that he made. He was mad because of the excuse me. Ray was being very nice to him, and Marvin couldn't stand it. He always smiled.
He never liked Ray.
Yeah,
he never liked Ray.
He couldn't stand Ray. He thought Ray was giving everything, while Marvin was out there in the middleweight division fighting some of the guys who was monsters for that time period. He thought Ray was just handed everything. So his attitude about Ray was like, and then when Ray lured him to here to Baltimore, when they thought they was going to announce,
I remember that.
Marvin was mad after that.
But said, it'll never happen.
But it'll never happen. Good night, everyone.
It'll never happen. Marvin was hot.
He never forgave Ray for that.
You know who else was mad too? Remember, he invited Aaron Pryor to that thing too, because Aaron Pryor thought he was going to get the fight.
How come Sugar Ray wasn't no smoke with Aaron Pryor?
I think that was business more so than anything else. I think that's a lot of what happens with a lot of fighters. It's not that they scared, it's that the business people say it's not enough money for this fight, it's not worth it or what have you. And the fighters will say, okay, I'm going to listen to you all. It's the same thing is happening now. I don't think a lot of these fighters are really scared at each other. Their business people are saying it's not enough money. And you hear the fathers now asking for more money. You get offered 1.3, and then you get offered 1.7, and then you still want 2. So it's greed has always been part of the fight game. And now greed is still here now because there's more money to get, and you can get it a little bit sooner. So I think with the Aaron Pryor thing, it was more. I don't know all the details. I know a little bit, but it was basically business. I don't think he was in remotely, because Aaron ran up on him at a press conference too. I think there should be a video of that, but it just didn't happen.
I see that one before. Yeah, he did.
You got to remember also that back then, we know Aaron Pryor now. Back then, nobody knew who Aaron Pryor really was. If you didn't really watch boxing, you know who Aaron Pryor was. Aaron Pryor was nobody.
Yeah, that nigga was like that.
But yeah, Aaron was. Aaron should have. I wish Aaron had have gotten the fight. I wish that fight could have happened. That would have been a great fight. Now, whether Panama Lewis would have got in trouble at that fight or not, it remains to be seen. But nevertheless, that still would have been. I thought it would have been a great fight.
People didn't find out about Aaron Pryor until the Alexis Arguello fights. That's when they found out about Pryor.
He beat him easier in the rematch.
Yeah. But those are things that, like I said, we see a lot of the little slick, dirty stuff now that was happening before. You see, it never really changes. It just
he did have crazy energy. I think he was. Panama Lewis gave me a couple of them asthma pills. The ones that open up your lungs and stuff. Pryor has crazy ass energy.
Yeah,
man, Panama Lewis. Ooh.
But anyway, y'all,
No,
listen,
Aaron
thank
popped
y'all.
hot after that Arroyo fight.
Hold on, Mr. Shelton. Thank y'all for joining me on this pop-up live today. Of course, y'all know I will be live Friday at 6:30. If the fights are on, we'll just chill and watch the fights, depending on, what time all that starts. But I want to thank everybody for joining me today. I'm just gonna cut the chat. I'm not gonna go around and do the 2 cents because I've been on here way too long and I'm now behind on my schedule. So thank everybody for joining me today. I appreciate y'all. To everybody that supported the channel, to everybody that punched that like and subscribe button. If you're listening to the replay of this live, be sure to punch that like and subscribe button and let me know and drop it below your 2 cents. Be sure to always support the channel by hitting the Cash App at 2 Cents Boxing or by leaving a super thanks with the heart with the $ in it below. And listen, if you don't want your host all in the videos, timing you out in the chat, putting you on mute, leaving you in the background, cussing you out, come on over to 2 Cents Boxing, where we talk everything boxing and everybody's entitled to their own opinion.